Help! I've been tossed overboard.
I'll have to bill you extra for my time.
Welcome to the show. You look incredible, like a dessert that owns a yacht.
That's exactly the vibe I was going for. You know, sweet but slightly out of your tax bracket.
Mission accomplished. How does...
Gold on my neck, gold on my hand, purple with the stripes, that's the walk of a man. Sidewalk shining, city lights humming, every step I take they know a boss is coming. Blazing the whip, gotta vanquish the needs, my kingdom for some poppy seed.
Police or zombie problems? Your tortoise won't stop breakdancing?
Try blue tape.
The miracle of our age. Yay!
I'm calling from Los Angeles, and I'm having a little problem under the name ThATuMBRELLAgUY. I sent him my phone number at least 20 times in the chat and told him to call me. He ignored me, or I'm a man. I filed the report. If you guys could take a look at it and give me a call back, I would love to hear what you guys can do to help us. We really need to kind of stop this guy at least until Monday. I told him to call me, or I'm a man.
You know what? I talk to your man.
Mask on. Lights low. Size 14. Cool. Yup. Down. They were selling me a Halo. Hands deep in the payroll. PR wolves in the raincoat, calling it a campaign. Same old 100K in the smokestack. Trust us will bring hope back. Every post was a blowback to the screenshots. Hit the group chat. Career crooks in a PR suit. One donor, pay the whole loot. 56 in a quick swoop. Left them hollow as a dry route. Timeline turning into siren. Every threat another siren. Can you feel the floor sliding? Yeah, we see where you're hiding. Master. Pulling down the curtains, receipts in my hand, now it's certain. You were out here grifting for the cloud and the cut. Now the whole feed watching while we're lining you up. Masked up, every line replay. Name and the tag, can't escape that display. You can scrub, you can spin, you can cry, that's enough. But the internet remembers and it's looking real rough. Yeah, that umbrella guy drop links. Suddenly your bravado shrinks. Every don't ass start to stink. When the totals never match the ink. Yeah, you were bragging in the group chat. Same time begging for a new stat. Talking justice in the hashtags. As you laughed about the cash grab, you said trust the plan. Now what? We just mapped every dime, every cut, every alt, every sock, every front. Funny how the mask slips in a stunt. Is it fraud? Is it cloud? Is it both? Is it law on your neck, on your throat? You could claim it's a game, it's a joke, but a lot of people broke when you spoke. Masked up, pulling down the curtains, receipts in my hand, I was certain. You were out here grifting for the cloud and the cut. Now the whole feed watching while we're lining you up. Masked up, every line on replay. Name in the tag, can't escape that display. You can scrub, you can spin, you can cry, that's enough. But the internet remembers and it's looking real rough. Screens glow, ain't scroll. Mask on.
All right, what's up, folks? How's it going today, baby? Man, oh man, what a fun ride today. We're gonna have a good one. We're gonna talk about police reports. We're gonna talk about betrayal. We're gonna talk about the new video that dropped from D spills the tea, along with some of those weird things we call receipts. Oh, it's going to be a fun night, baby. It's going to be a fun night. There's so much crazy that has been going on lately, by the way. Whew, you know. Oh man, it's been a wild one. You know, I didn't think we were going to get in here, by the way. At first, we had I had a forced computer restart right when we were supposed to 5 minutes before, and I got right in right before it could go. Oh, it's amazing. What do you think about the new song, by the way? I thought that went pretty good. I like the video and everything. I thought it got to ding 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 dicky 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 dicky. I didn't get the bass as high as I wanted. I wanted boom boom boom, but hey, you know. It's good, especially with headphones. You gotta try them with headphones. If any of you use phone to listen to it, those work out for most stuff. But songs, man, you miss a lot in there. So the D spills the tea thing, that was pretty interesting, especially considering there are these little things they call receipts that go along with them. You know, now. The fats are already in damage control. Of course they are. But unfortunately for them, when you go through and you look at the whole donor episode, you do have emails. And there's a few of them, quite a few of them. And it's interesting, too, the way that they've played this off for an entire year now is just, it's unreal. But you can see when I saved this, by the way, I caught the redacting background. You can see where I just threw it in paint real fast. So that's why the giant square is there, just to note. But I was redacting the address. But you can tell, I mean, these people very much did give money. Oh, they very much gave money. And along with the issue there, just to note, they did indeed file a fraud report. Now, give me a minute here. They did indeed file a report about this too, and talked about these people and how much they donated. They donated $1,000. So, I mean, there is definite proof that this stuff happened. They felt comfortable enough bringing it to the police. So, yeah, or bringing it up, you know, it's fraud. So I'm going to say 100% definitively, they may have themselves a little bit of a problem here, because along with the conversation, which, like I said, we're going to review over there, but there are, again, receipts on that. Before we go over that, though, there's the continuation of something that has been popping off for the last few days that I really want to kind of show you guys, because it's it's been kind of, well, it's been kind of crazy too. Now, this is a continuation of the whole flipper incident, I'm going to call it. Now, they like to call it that. Oh, when you look at it too, there's I got a little raider while I'm setting up. Hey, kiddo, what's up?
You on your live stream, are you?
Yes, I'm on my live stream. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Well, what's up? What's up? What? Oh, you just wanted to say hi? Is that what it is?
No.
Huh?
What do you think I'm doing down here?
What do you think I'm doing? I have no idea. You could be down here for a million different reasons. You know?
Like what?
I don't know. You could just be down here wanting to goof off and talk, or you could be down here like, you know, wanting to watch some television with me, or good. Who knows what you're down here for? You know, you could be down here telling me about your.
Got one white.
I got one right there. You could have been down here, you know, going to tell me about your leg injury, you know.
Well, people don't need to know about the
they should.
leg injury.
They should know about this. So look, her leg was injured so bad and that she can't clean up that when she started walking, it switched legs. Oh man, that's terrible, isn't it?
It's
Yep, it just jumped over to the other leg.
yep. It jumped over to the other leg.
So terrible.
Why
So
does
terrible. I know, it's just terrible for you. I know.
Why does the pancake cross the road?
Why did the pancake cross the road?
To get some chicken nuggets.
It's funny, but it makes in the world.
You got one white. You got.
Okay. Hey, Andre, by the way, sent you $2. Can you say thank you? It says bug is candy money for you. Yeah. Can you say thank you?
Thank you.
Yeah, we always say thank you.
Sissy and us have masks, and I like mine.
Can you say thank you to Emmy, by the way?
Thank you.
Yeah, they said, you know why you came down here? You came to clean this area, the office area.
No!
Yeah.
That's not the reason! I'm coming to your house tonight.
What? I'm coming to your house tonight. Emmy. You're crazy.
And look how sick you
boy. Yeah. Cold Slither's out rolling around. Yeah.
I might call it Slither. I call it Sicky Boo.
That's okay. You call it whatever, you know. A Fallen Hero sent a gifted membership. That's like $5. Can you say thank you?
Thank you.
Yep. Oh, hey, look. Who's your daddy? Sent you $2. Can you say thank you?
Thank you.
They said that's for your new leg.
What? What does everyone that send me a new leg? I don't need a new leg. I don't need a new leg.
You sure?
These are Jesus. Bring these legs in, and I don't need any.
Oh, Jesus made your legs. You don't want some new ones? Okay. All right, I hear you.
If you got my leg and then put a new leg on me, it wouldn't be the same leg.
My Lord. Jack's mom sent you $5. She said the new cleaning lady fund, so you can rest, so we can get a cleaning lady. Does that sound good for you?
Yeah.
Yep. You got to hire somebody to do it.
Yes, we need to hire someone because we can just be relaxing in our day.
Oh, is that right? We could be maxing and rely here.
I mean, relaxing.
Yeah.
You know, when you send someone, and
Yeah.
you just sit there all day with someone just cleans for you.
Okay. Well, look, Fallen Hero sent ice cream money. Can you say thank you there too?
Thank you. I can't wait to go back to
I know.
that place.
Hey, I have my favorite. Said that the pancake crossed the road to get syrup. Oh, yeah, that's a bit. You speaking her language there.
Yes.
She's like, yeah, my pancakes. Unfortunately, when
Yep, you're speaking my language.
Yeah.
Trying to like someone speaks my language.
Yep. Hey, who's your daddy? Sent $2. Can you say thank you again?
Thank
Said,
you.
this is for 2 new legs, not just one.
No! Why is this? Just like I said, I would
Oh
die.
my goodness. She she is so
For
funny.
1 second.
She's like, no.
Chicken. What? Dad?
Look at the little donkeys. Somebody sent these pictures to show you. Aren't they cute?
Cuter than anything.
They are cuter than anything. I just showed her those. S Shine. She sent you $10 too. Can you say thank you?
Thank you.
And said wanted you to see those. What do you think of those? They are cute, aren't they?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I like them.
I know you do.
Hey, Shine, thank
She
you for
loves-
sending those pictures.
Martin sent you $2. It said from my parrot for you. The parrot sent you money. That's awesome, huh? Yeah. She's been looking at birds when we went to the pet store. She's like, oh my gosh, birds.
I like birds.
I know you like birds. All right. Hey.
They're cute.
All right, Leah, let me get my live stream started up. Oh, by the way, Emma sent you $2. And look, there's that super sticker with the love. Isn't that cute?
Yeah, and don't forget the doggy.
Yeah, the little doggy, of course.
I wish
and the
there
love.
was a cat one of that.
You do? You like the dog and the cat together?
Yeah, if there was a cat and a dog, do
Oh,
it.
man, that would be crazy. All right, well, hey, go do your thing. So
I'm
I
on it
gotta
like a
get started.
pancake.
All right, well, you ain't waddle it. Don't waddle upstairs. You're going to fall like that.
And you got fall doing wobbly too.
Well, I would fall that way for sure. Hey, you gonna go clean then?
No.
Then you better go upstairs. I'm gonna get you to clean this basement all area, the whole office area.
This is why I come down here. You got one light. I want to watch TV with you.
All right. Well, we'll watch some TV later on then, if you're still up. Okay.
You better not watch Supernatural.
You better not watch Supernatural. Well, I'll think about watching something. You have to go
You
there.
better watch Pennywise.
All right. Rachel sent you $5. Can you say thank you? Can you say thank you? Look at that one.
Thank you.
That's cute too. Yeah, you see that?
That's the water back over there.
All right. Well, waddle back over there. I've got to start my stream up for real. Go on.
You shouldn't have started.
All right. Go on.
I'm like a penguin.
I'm going to chase you with my old socks again.
No.
This is real. All right. Hey, I've got to start for real. Love you. Hey, shut that door too for me, okay? All right. So check this out. Oh, Lord. It's so funny. So the whole trader thing has continued today as well. And it's been interesting because not only has that continued over on the 2L side. If you've missed out on that, by the way, it has become an epic little show to watch. You know, you get to watch these people. They keep turning on one another. It's a lot of fun to watch, to be honest. But let me pull something up for you. They've gotten to the point now they're setting on other live streams and they're bragging about how anybody that so much as goes to other channels that are not associated with channels that they approve of, they're going to block them now. Isn't that interesting? Huh? You're not even allowed to go and watch other shows to be in the ecosystem. As I said, it is a cult. It is absolutely a cult over there. Kind of hard to deny when they're like, yo, you watch anything else, you listen to anybody else, we're going to block you. And if you happen to speak up about any problem that you have, well, you're going to get the treatment that these folks have gotten. So they posted this, and the questions continue. No, I did not try to get on her panel the peeps the other night. That's another lie. No, they just came in to disrupt their entire stream. I mean, hey, what's that? No, you know what? Here's a few questions for you to ask. Ask why someone would write a poem, claim it as a song about someone, and when she realized no one likes it, claims it's not about said person, yet goes and edits the words to cover her lying ass. I have the originals. What drama, man. What drama. They're like, oh, well, apparently, is there a song? It's like, I no longer like your fat heart, Lisa Protector. What's it called? Lisa Lee's not my protector. I want to see the song unredacted. Please post it. I'll put it to some music. I'll make it some slam rap if you want. I'll make it edible for you. And I'm not talking about, I'll make it so good that it'll even fit down the canals of that over enlarged heart of this person right here. It'll be amazing. You'll have fun with it for sure. By the way, hey, CNs, thanks for the tea there. Next thing, they'll be offering Kool-Aid. Indeed, never drink the Kool-Aid. Never. That is a good thing. But ask why someone edited my commenting in chat because they claimed I was causing trouble when all I said was hello and have a great night. Edited. They can't edit your comments. You cannot go into another person's comments and change them. That's insane. So now they're telling, and there are a lot of people out there that don't understand YouTube. So you may not understand this. I can ban you. I can remove your comments and I can ban you, or I can, we can time you out, but we cannot go in and change your comments. We don't have the ability to do that. We can't edit things that you say. Holy God. That is so weird. Yes, she's very butthurt. She's butthurt. She's actually, like I said, she's sitting on yet another show. She has gone, since this has popped off in their little area here, she has gone on and tried to destroy these people at every channel. And she's laying the groundwork for who is or who isn't validated within that ecosystem. Now, forget the minuscule crap. Oh yeah, because of course they want you to, because you look like a piece of garbage, an absolute piece of garbage. Raya says, thanks for the tip. Is this song "The Wind Beneath My Chicken Wings"? It's a take this chicken skin and fly like a kite. That would be a real fun video to watch. Or fly some chicken skin like a kite. That's all just going to be left later on. The cricket went down. Co-hosts are going down. Donors are going down. Soon it's just going to be her. It's going to be her chicken skin, and that dude that's way too passed out to join her on streams because he's eating too many edibles and freaking poppy seeds. Oh my God, what an idiot. Okay, so here's the bigger question that I myself have had for weeks and even chose to not be on her lives anymore because of. Explain to me how someone could call people her quote-unquote family for quote-unquote years and not only allowed these known haters in her chat. Again, this is a real problem to me. Like I said, you don't get banned because you you listen to the Fats or whomever over here. That is not the reason that you straight up get banned. Now, you might get banned for other reasons, but you don't get banned for that straight up around here, because that's a very stupid reason, But that's what they're saying. They're saying, absolutely, how dare those people over there not keep the cult and not keep it pure? Because you know what happens? People start asking questions about things like, I don't know, memorials, $100,000. They start asking uncomfortable questions. And if you're not banning them outright, what are you going to do? So God forbid that a channel, if 2L is going to complain about this, by the way, she did not build that channel up. That channel gets about 25 people. They sell things. If you are selling things, you need people to buy them. What stupid. The known haters in their own chats who are only there to cause more trouble. But she herself participates in the drama that is hurting and attempting to destroy the daily lives of every one of her so-called friends of it. So now, by the way, now you are part of the problem. Welcome to it. All you had to do is not block people and have a problem with the way you were treated. That's all it takes. That's absolutely all it takes. Now you're going to be blamed for taking part in destroying folks that absolutely are some lying pieces of garbage, but you're now to blame for it. They blame, for example, them Robbie and his wife and children mocking and calling employers. Are you what? What? Are you talking about blue tape, man? You talking about blue tape, man? Also, these people didn't seem to have any problem calling employers, but the employer for this person is the police. They are a civil servant. If you work for the fucking police department, you work for me. You don't work for you, you work for me. Let's get that straight. You have no qualm to complain about stuff. Fucking people working for police departments. They're running around doing all kinds of jacked up nonsense. They're calling out. You have the police talking about on body cam. Oh, well, we wish we could do anything to help you out and attack this process server, but it doesn't work. Oh my God, what a nut. Hey, what's up, Puzzle Puzzler? I need to check for the email subject Flipper song lyrics. A bunch of your fans are giving the old show theme some new lyrics. I'll check it out and see. Oh my God. Flipper song lyrics. Hey, man, that might be fun. Flipping like pinball. Let's see who else. Tori, her husband, and her 19-year-old grandson and family put in danger. Oh, are you fucking kidding me? In danger? These doxing pieces of shit, by the way, they fixate on people's families. They dox people and more. And when they go out and one of them calls somebody a PDF file, they go into weeks of damage control before saying they've been put in danger. Are you kidding me? I would say the only danger is walking your husband around in a dog mask. Man, he might run over a nail. I mean, a nail, it's bad enough normally when you're walking on shoes, but when you're walking on your elbows, that might be dangerous. That's the only danger I can think of. But hey, what do I know? What do I know? I am just your co-host. What in the world, man? You put them in danger because you didn't block people out of your chat. Isn't that amazing? Gotta love it. I kind of love that. Let's see who's next. Myself and hubby. Whoop. I don't even need to say the shit done here. No, you don't. You don't. It's amazing because it's like, what have they done? Let's see. They have lied about police records. They've lied about the poppy seeds. They've lied about shit for years. They've lied about money, donations, shit actually being done. It's amazing. I can't even keep up with all the crazy there. So yeah, it'd probably be a real hard time to do a synopsis of everything that happened there. I agree. You don't even need to say anything. There's just too much of it, including what we'll cover tonight. Again, victim speaks out. Fun times. Even her sister, who was lied about sending images of a sexual net. What? Even her sister, what? New family that monetarily, creatively helped her channel. So this right here is a threat. This right here, they're telling you we're going to destroy your business. That is absolutely a threat. Enjoy that. Like I said, you ever need someone to talk about? I wouldn't limit you to 20 people. I mean, I'm just saying. It's just kind of funny. They're like, it's just, again, it's like the Shara thing. Shara's supposed to grovel at their feet because they got her 11 subs. I mean, are you kidding me? It's amazing. But they're telling you straight up, oh, new family indeed. Oh, those people, you know how much money they spent propping you out? It'll be real funny when the Fats don't get their money, by the way. I think that'll go both ways, Exactly. With friends like that, all of them helped build her channel. She shunned them all and instantly. Again, they're calling for your channel to be destroyed. That's what they're doing. They're telling people you will choose us or you'll choose them, because what they're saying this on other channels right now, by the way. Don't get it twisted. They're saying, and it starts out like this too, you're not blocking everybody out. If you don't block and do exactly what we say, they're going to ruin and wreck you. We're going to wreck your business. We're going to wreck your reputation. We're going to make sure that people who come to your chat are not welcome in ours. We're going to label and we're going to vilify them. I hope the ecosystem enjoys that too, because that goes to all of them. I see that what they're doing right now is they've been speaking those things that they want to do, but they want to keep behind the scenes. They've been speaking them out loud. Now we got more of this. Give me a second. I'm just pulling it up. I love it. Oh man. Now let's see who else. Let's check this out. Here we go. Ray, who has been attacked and mocked. The death of his wife. Yeah. They use that over and over again. That piece of shit, Ray. Like I said, he's totally willing to bring up other people's family. He's brought up kids, my wife. He likes to talk about all of that. I've been pretty gracious. Sometimes I think, man, I'm like, I could wreck that old piece of shit. But then I'm like, man, he's what, 81? I think him just sitting out there babbling about craziness. It's pathetic. He had a live stream the other day, by the way, where he was trying to deny the threats that he put out. He was like, oh, I read this comment that talked about firearms and more. I mean, again, I want you to tell me about something. I actually meant to mention this again. So he tried to say that this chain of thought that he put out was absolutely not a threat. I've got to roll back and get to it, but I want you to listen to the words that come out of his mouth and you tell me how the heck this isn't a threat. It amazes me sometimes. It amazes me. People would be like, what you thought was a threat there, that absolutely isn't. Man, I hate Facebook some days. Give me a second. It was looping back on itself. 1 minute there. All right. So he says, these are his words exactly, quote, he, talking about Hales, might have a lot of ammunition in those old bang sticks, but it only takes one of each to get the point across. Then he adds, listen to this. When I was young, we didn't have a whole lot of money. We counted our ammo and we made it count. That's all I can say. You're telling me that's not a threat. You're telling me that somehow that chain of reasoning there, that is not a threat. They're talking about Hales potentially having multiple pew-pews and ammunition. But they only need one of each to make it count. And then Ray starts talking about in the old days, right after that. Again, there is no gap or anything in this. It's exactly what it said. Plus, I put up the clip so you could see it. He's like, back in my day, we didn't have a lot of money. We made every one of those ammunition count. Just saying. That's all I can say. Big grin, creepy grin. Yeah, that's a threat, 100%. But hey, stupid Dave. Oh, he's attacked and mocked, hunted. Like I said, he wanted until he didn't. He wanted to talk shit. This guy, again, if you don't know anything about online, you've seen clips of him saying that he's going to ARP certain people's mothers. You've seen all kinds of other stuff there as well. But his biggest name to acclaim, I guess, his biggest road to that was getting shouted out by a channel called Drama Alert. Now, Drama Alert is interesting to watch because it keeps up with all the crazy online, of course, sometimes. But he got shouted out by the keeper of internet drama because he himself was one of the people that was hardcore in the internet drama. He just doesn't like it because he's been taken to task when inevitably what these people do is they go way too far. When they start looping in and talking about, people being, well, let's just say when channels we're seeing right now, channels, they start dressing up as a person's, I'm going to say sensitive regions. They start accusing them of SA. There's bookends to that. It's not the end of it by any means, but at the beginning, remember, putting out signs, calling someone a PDF file, craziness, threats. And look at the other side of it. It had never stopped. So, but they're the victims. Riz, oops, we know she could care less here. Wait. Oh, you're talking about paint chips? Like she doesn't give a shit. Yeah, you know why? Because she was mad because during all of this, by the way, when they're making their nasty little songs and stuff, trying to take shots at Jeremy Hales. They steal from each other. They steal items. They don't credit. They treat each other like garbage. Marla, who supports you, Marla. Marla's the craziest dirtbag I've ever seen. Marla sits all day, every day in her house on her little scooter, because she just loves the drama. Hey, if she wants to have the drama, so be it. She's hiding from the PI. She thinks they're hunting her down, whining about her favorite fishing spot. Oh my God. JC, MP, and little HG. Oh, whom she claimed to care so much about and actually acted like she was helping them and pretended to be concerned. Well, let's talk about that. Letting them live in a 10 by 15 shed while you hoard all their money is pretty fucked up. I'm just going to say that's pretty jacked up. So I don't think it's on the mods there. You'd come off money when you thought you were in trouble and you wanted to help them out with a lawyer so you could get the heat off you. But it has to be inconvenient for you, doesn't it? So, yeah, I don't think it's on the mods. I don't think they picked up $100,000 and stuck it in their fucking pockets. Nasty people, man. Nasty people. But let's put those above aside. How about Raw Dog? Who the fuck is that? Part of Robbie's Kid Swamp team. Someone who recently went on your panel. More important, Mimi's boyfriend. Who the fuck are they? Oh, this is the memorial people. Oh, you talking about the memorial that you took $4,000, which we're going to get to. That's right. We're going to get to someone speaking out because you haven't manifest anything. 14 months, man. I mean, good God. Telling people, well, there will be something coming. There will be. We're going to do all of this. Then around, I guess it was around, August, September, when they were like, the family, they don't want this talked about. They're going to do a closed ceremony, but we'll show you. We're going to show you everything. So it's actually been, 4 more months on top of that where they haven't done anything to. Again, donors, especially a donor that paid 25% of the tab, I think they deserve some answers. I think they do. But you forget about her. Did you forget about her family? Did you forget these freaks have done? Yeah, you talking about yourself? The memorial they all participated in, laughed, mocked, sent money to do the most cruel and inhumane things to people they don't even know. Offer coffee and content and to spread hate. Oh, yeah, we put up a memorial to say, look at the memorial that never happened. Such monsters, right? I will mock and deride anything these people do when they're scamming other people. That is totally fair play. For them to pretend that they give a shit about victims of anything, it just blows my mind. Because ultimately, the reality is, and the mods participated in it too, they were totally down with the field day for a long time. There are 2 people that have protective orders. They are actually victims in this story. And these people have raised a lot of money that they didn't turn over to any fucking body. They've pocketed a lot of money. But those are the mods are the bad guys, You of all people who know these individual haters are, you're willingly allowing them to come and participate and spread more hate because you need views or watch hours. Your fake love and huggy bullshit is just that. I question someone who can sit there and watch it all happen and ignore it for the sake of views or content. I hate to tell, look, the mods don't get that much fucking views, okay? They don't. They're on for 5 or 6 hours and they can get about, 1,000 views. 1,000 views is not a joke, right? But when you're grinding 20 people, and having people pop in and off and on. The problem is, though, again, these people are telling you here that they are policing the channels of anyone that covers this. And if you cover it and you allow someone, someone they're talking about, for example, is Just Jay. Just Jay's a clown. You know, Just Jay's an absolute clown. But Just Jay is, he's also a pretty nice person about things. So for them to pretend that Just Jay is some kind of monster, I mean, you got to kick Just Jay out, or else. You got to kick people like Tizzy out, or else. Someone who claims to hate drama, but is always in the middle of it. Inviting troublemakers on her channel, gossiping under the guise of concern, and acting nurturing while throwing subtle digs. Again, she calls other bullies, but somehow she is in and knows all the chaos, even if she pretends to play peacemaker. I questioned all of it recently. Look, this has already been going on. This is what you're telling. See, they lied to you. By the way, the ecosystem lied to the people that are part of it too. They absolutely lied to them. Now, why did they lie to them, you might ask? Well, they lied to them because they said there was no problem between all these folks, that they were just off there streaming on their own. You remember all that wonderful stuff? Then 2L gets the slightest bit of criticism, and it's off to the races trying to burn someone's life down. It's amazing. But question, and I refuse to have anything to do with someone who can accept all of the above. Girl, to me, you're the type to light a match, watch the fire, and act shocked anyone got burned. Shame on you. Participate in her bullshit too. So all of everybody, again, viewers, anyone that panels with her, if they don't ostracize the person, these people were part of making, again, cult songs for her not too long ago. Now, if they don't ostracize them, that's the way it goes, man. That's the way it goes. This fire too, this didn't have to be anything. This didn't have to be at all, but it was. It got turned into it. It's crazy. Now, they mentioned donors, by the way. They talked about money. So let's talk about this. Now, we're going to look at, again, when we're looking at all of this, okay, first of all, I want to make sure that I shout someone out here, all right? Now, I want you to check your subscriptions, too. I'm going to put a channel in the chat because there was an interview today. Now, this interview was a good one, you know? It was a good one. So let's see. 1 minute there. I like the crazy these people are doing though, because again, they're really wiping each other out. Now, this is D spreads the tea, you know, or spills the tea. I said spreads the tea, spills it. You don't spread the tea. I guess you could technically. My cleaning, sometimes I spread the tea. I spread whatever gets accidentally dumped on the counter. But no, D spills the tea, spreads the tea. I swear to God. One thing I can say with the brain fog nonsense is I say some funny things sometimes. Now, I want you all, again, man, it is not letting me pin that for some reason. I'm trying to pin it for you. Give me a second. Let me see if I can pin that. Like I said, I want you all to go to D spreads the tea, spills the tea, spreads. I said it again. Oh my God. Oh my God. By the way, if you too would like to spread the tea, I mean, yeah. Oh my God. So we're going to be talking, we're leading our way to this. This is D spills the tea. All right. I finally got it tagged to the top of the chat. If you would go over, make sure that you're subbed to the channel, but also give this view. So I'm going to go through it and we're going to listen to it today. But on top of it, I want you to go and give the channel some love. Now, before we do that, I want to show you a couple of things, though, that are attached to this, okay? That way you have spreads the tea. Spread that tea, dude. Oh, my God. That's so funny. All right. First, I clipped this out for myself, all right? just to note that the complaint here is legit. Okay, it is a real complaint. I just, like I said, I cut off names and stuff, so that's why it's cut to the middle of this. I mean, this is an actual report. So what happened in notes? A YouTuber whose channel is Two Lees in a Pod did a crowdsourcing fundraiser for many things in 2024 to 2025. Now, she also goes by the name of Lisa Lee, Lisa Rapuzzi, Lisa Weeks, Lisa Lee Rapuzzi, Lisa Lee Weeks, Lisa Lee Rapuzzi Weeks. The amount of money collected during this time was in excess of 6 figures. Now, to date, the money was not contracted out for what she collected it for. Now, I donated $1,000 for a memorial bench for a family, not her family, but in another family's name of OC. Now, this was in February of 2025. She promised to give updates of the progress of the memorial. Now, the monies collected through this crowdsource/fundraiser was $4,000, which $1,000 was what I donated. Again, this is a person that put in 25% of the goal. I mean, think about that. But they're being told they don't get to know. She will not answer emails regarding the status of the individuals who gave. There's no transparency or accounting of any funds donated to her for any crowdsourcing/fundraising. She's currently involved in a federal lawsuit with damages being sought in excess of $4 million. And notes the case there. She scams people out of their money. Nothing materializes for what you donate for. She will not acknowledge requests for pictures of a memorial. Myself and many others were taken advantage of. I filed police report, IC3 reports, and with the Florida Attorney General's office. I want my money back. I would like for her to be investigated for fraud and scamming. So they're noting right there that they didn't just go, by the way, and file one report. They have filed multiple reports. They have filed with multiple agencies. They are, again, trying their best to get somebody to pay attention. And remember, we just now have seen the family that, again, I don't know if any of you have kept up with this, but you have a case that is remarkably similar. I wish I could speak today. Remarkably. It's like my tongue is swollen. My brain, that's a brain fog, man. It makes some funny statements, though. You know, I get some really funny ones. Who am I kidding? I made stupid statements before that, too. Oh, my God. That's so funny, though. But the Whitaker family, I don't know. You've probably seen this on YouTube. If you were around from 2020 on, you've probably seen something about them. They've been called many things, but the thing that they're known, and I'm not saying this to be nasty or anything, this is what they're known as. It's, quote, the most inbred family in the United States. They are a rural family. They are in West Virginia. And you had YouTubers come in. They did a lot of, they collected a lot of donations. And now all of that is coming under heavy scrutiny. Why? Because there are allegations. Now, they are allegations. I do want to make that clear. I'm not saying that those people took anything. But this is remarkably similar in the fact that you have people that say that they're going to help folks. They say they're going to help them in low to no income zones. They find something to latch on to, and then suddenly there are many questions. Although I would have to say that the accounting that we have seen with this right here is much worse than even that. But there are also emails. Would you like to see some of those emails? Now, the one that's, again, I showed this at the very beginning, but I'm going to pull this up. Because on here, one of the things that you, give me 1 second here. Now, again, you can see the edit square. That's my fault because I left it on there when I redacted. But this is going to be in the middle of those, okay? You'll see dates, but I will redact certain things, okay? There will be certain things redacted. But you can see that they're talking about handling it, and they handled the money, by the way. They're talking about, sending money to someone. Now, who's this money sent to? It's sent to 2Ls. They handle everything. They put it in their own freaking bank accounts. They tell you, as far as money, this helps a lot. Make it out to 2Ls. Put it in the memo, please. It's for the Osteen Memorial. So this person, again, they were definitely giving money. Now, let's look at a few emails here. There's a few exchanges. I'm going to make sure every one of them. I'm going to make sure when I look through everything that I read it properly. Make sure I redacted everything. There's so much of it is it's so weird and crazy though. You can see now these people, they were believers at one time. Okay, and you can see this from exchanges. Again, these are my redactions that are added to all of this. How does she have a bank account with the name of 2L? Well, she would have she's actually having that sent to her as a check. She's telling them where to send that, but she's going to deposit it in her own name, in her own bank account. But she's having them send it to her as a check. That's what that was. So she gives an address, that little block that I redacted out, that's who to send it to. She's telling them to mail, because they're, you have a lot of people out there that send like that. So you have like communications here. Hey, hello, Lisa. Hope all is well. I sent you a package. I hope you received it. Not sure when you check it, but if you got it, can you please email me back? Hope you're having a great evening. And I redacted something there. Now you can see, oh my goodness. Yes, I received it. That's so sweet. Thank you so much. Yeah, I hope you liked your card. I forgot to put an address on it. Thank you for answering me back. Got worried. It got lost. See, it's alive. You're a warrior. Now, why put something like this in? Because at the same time, these people, they're believers, man. Now, you're going to have something mentioning the money amount memorial. So hello, Lisa. I hope all is well with you. I want the donation part to stay between you and me and the family I'm donating to. So at first they were like, yo, I don't want to be mentioned. Sorry I didn't email you faster, but I was tired last night. It's all said and done. You can say that I helped donate. Hope that's okay. I don't want any recognition for giving because like I said in the letter, it's personal to give back to a family for something I couldn't do for my own son. Now that really upsets me in so many ways, because what we're seeing here are people that have experienced tragedy in their own lives. They're giving money to these people. They thought that they would do good, even when they can't afford it. This person, they thought they couldn't do for their own. So they thought they could help out someone else. Again, they were trying to do good, Thank you for not saying anything in the live. You're the best. Have a great night. See you then. Hey, no problem. Understand. So you can see, and again, I redacted some stuff. Thank you for understanding. I redacted their name and things, Now, I'm not surprised these people, they act the way they have, though, Lord, like 2L and all that. Now, in the middle of it, you do have regular communications here and there. You had a communication. I'm just going to pull up here because of the attacks. People are always worried they're going to get attacked here in the middle of stuff. Let me show you something here. This is about something else. Let's see what this one's about here. Hello, Lisa. Hope all is well. I know you're busy, but I want to say I wrote you an email so we didn't have to discuss the free gift online. I'm sorry if it upsets you in any way, shape, or form. Did I ever want to upset you? I'm sorry. Oh, wait. So people and their free gifts, they didn't get them. I see. That's interesting. You know? But I know you didn't see anything out there about me talking about the free gift to anyone but you and your Chad. I know you go through a lot and you have taken on a lot. I appreciate you so much. I consider you a friend. This is again how this goes, by the way. At first, people think that they are friends with this person. They bilk them for a lot of fundage. You know, again, if people want to support their channel or do whatever. But again, this person thought that they were doing something good. They were participating in a memorial build. Something to help out a family, like I said, where they couldn't help their own. And that's sad, man. I hope this is okay with you. Thank you for all you do, Lisa. You're an amazing person. Glad I found your channel. Thank you so much for what you've done. You're still doing. Hope you have a great day tomorrow. Also, thank you from the bottom of my heart that I can smile because of you and your peeps. From Redacted. Now, oh no, it wasn't about you, hon. I wasn't talking shit about you. Someone had sent me a message today. You're goody. So again, look how worried people are that she's going to turn on you. I mean, that's another thing that really, it amazes me. If you have any problem, if you've mentioned it whatsoever, they're paranoid that she's going to turn on them. And it's because she has a track record of it. Like we're watching right now. That's why I covered the mod thing at the very beginning. She has a good tendency of sticking that knife in. Now, as we go forward, there was more, but as we go forward, let me make sure, like I said, when I look at stuff, I'm trying to make sure that everything is edited out. But here we get to September. We're going to have a time jump. All right. Now, you're going to have 2L. And again, this person's still being pretty nice about stuff. But here's where your crazy excuses, and blame Jeremy for not having anything manifest. Is there an issue? I'm being told that I'm not responding to you, and you took out a loan for the memorial. Now, you know what's amazing about that? She said that she had no idea who this person was. She said that she didn't even know if this person was real. You remember that, all right? She'd been telling the people out there that there was no one who gave that amount of money at first, right? But here she is. She knows who it was because she starts writing them about it. So that's all a lie. The only time that they get written, because I mean, they're going to get excuses here, and this is in September. Again, remember, we're in January, and still nothing is going to manifest. But these people are like, yo, I've got a problem here, you know, and they're starting to get concerned. And when they voice that concern, the funny thing, like I said, is that 2L said they weren't real. They were so not real that they knew who to reach out to, though, huh? Can you explain why I'm being contacted about your concerns by you? Someone else? I see you in the chat all the time. I've spoken about the memorial several times and what's going on with it. See, this is the kind of update you get, though. If you want to know about something, what you're going to do, you're not going to get any kind of expenditure notation. You're not going to get any kind of proof of concept, proof of anything that transpired. You're just going to get fucking, why are you complaining about this? And then you're going to get an excuse, you know? So we have, hey, Lisa, hope you're having a great day. I'm not in your chat all the time. I stopped by to hit thumbs up, listen for a few, and leave. Thank you for your quick response. I'm wondering, has the memorial been delivered? Will the ceremony only be for family members? And if so, can I at least see a picture of it? That's all I'm asking. I didn't make a video about it. I was ranting to a friend. So yes, I took out a loan for the memorial. I tried not bothering you because I know you have a lot on your plate. If you could answer this question, I'll no longer say a thing. Thank you for your time. So what kind of answer do you think they get? What do you think they get there? Let's see. Let's check that out. Who do you think gets blamed for there not being a memorial? Who do you think? Do you think they're going to take credit for it? Do you think they're going to say, yeah, that's bad. That's on me. You know, I should have gave you some kind of update. Here's a picture and stuff. Who do you think they might get blamed for it? Oh, my God. This is so this is in September. The family has decided they wanted to keep it private after all the drama and the theft of a memorial. Wait a minute. You fundraised because you said there was a theft of a memorial, and you said that you were going to do things publicly. You said that you had communicated with the family about it, and you had all these ideas that were going to be in the concept. You're going to set out an area. It was going to be public. It was going to commemorate this person. Remember all that? So it wasn't after the quote unquote theft of a memorial. They said that there had been a theft of a memorial. Then they fundraised. So the way that they're presenting that is not real. Because again, the way that they're trying to make it sound is that there was a memorial period. First of all, I'm going to say that you drive a couple of sticks in the ground, one of them being a no trespassing sign, and you stick up something which you replaced, by the way, with a Bigfoot shooting someone in the middle finger. I'm going to say you never had a memorial. The only thing that I would even remotely consider a memorial, Hale's on his property they had tied something to a tree. And, like to the branches there, which again, they have these weird things they call storms. I don't think it could have stood up to a couple of leaves smacking up against it, let alone a storm. But, I mean, that by itself. But they do not want Jeremy or his followers knowing anything or trying to ruin it any further. The bench is done and will be installed right before being revealed. Okay, so they're telling you it will be revealed. Now, this is in September. Mark it, September 1st, October, November, December, January. What a bunch of bullshit. This is, again, their biggest donor. As far as I know, this is their biggest single donor to the memorial. And they're told in September that the thing is going to be put out. It is going to be put out. No hoopla, no nothing, but there will be proof. Because being revealed at the time is when we will either go live or show the celebration of life video, but only if the family approves it. We will be able to show images of the bench, but again, only after it has been shown to the family first. Again, this is September, dude. You could see why somebody would be like, this is a bunch of bullshit. This is what you get when you contact them, by the way. When they say that they tell people what's going on, this is what they get. They don't get anything financial. They don't get anything. But they've been telling people for a long time that the bench is done. Which is really strange, too, because they started saying that recently after, like it had just popped up. There's some fraudulent shit going on here. I mean, some fraudulent shit. Plus, I mean, they collected $4,000 on top of that. Again. One of the reasons I keep wondering, like I said, what I'm waiting to see is I'm waiting to see a rush bench pop up that costs like $140 or something, I'm waiting for that. It's funny because they tried to deflect our wonderful achievement, by the way. The bench that never was. They tried to deflect that. They tried to deflect it. They tried to claim that the chair that was put out, the hand bench, that came from an old video. No. That did not. In fact, you should look those up online. They are not cheap. So look it up. See what's there. But we didn't do a memorial for other people. We did a memorial for a memorial that doesn't exist. We did a memorial for a scam. But what's funny is their deflection is basically saying that we spend as much money as they did, which is zero. And that's not true. We made a memorial appear along with a wishing well and everything else because everybody got involved there. It was a lot of fun, a lot of interest, but we managed to do that in 2 weeks. They had 14 months to do something. We did it in 14 days. And we could have done it faster. That's the crazy thing. I just didn't, when we were talking about it all, I didn't want it lost in the shuffle with all the bombshells that were dropping in. So we did not move forward, but we could have pushed forward in about, I'm saying about 11 days, probably. We could have done it. I mean, if we really wanted, maybe we could have done it in a week, but, that would have taken a lot of go find all kinds of crazy stuff, but this right here is what they tell their donors right there. Now, this person told them, of course, at the time, they were placated for the moment, because they're being told that something's going to pop up. So they told them, they were like, okay, well, thank you. I hope the family is happy with the memorial. Thank you for your time, Lisa. Have a great day. So right there, for a while, they were placated. Because they're being told, this is going to pop up and it's going to pop up soon. Now, after months and months of nothing popping up, obviously, they and many other people that have donated things, they are not happy. I don't blame them. So, with all of that said, let's go and watch a video together. I wanted to put that out there. And again, I really want to encourage all of you. There is a link at the top of the chat. The link, wow, it jumped a lot. There have been people that have gone over. Make sure that you go over. I don't get right now when we're going to go through it. I'm going to ask you to do a couple of things. Actually, what I'm going to do is ask you. 1 second. There's some music at the beginning. I'm going to jump some music real quick, D. I'm jumping the music real quick. The intro, and to note that this is going to have an altered voice in it, okay? She notes that at the very beginning. The only reason I skip music is because it's not to cut off people's intros. It's sometimes in the middle, they will, you never know what the bot, the YouTube bot might think. But I want you to go, and I want you to give this views. But on top of that, I want you to subscribe to the channel there. They put a lot of work into making sure that this came up. And I'm kind of proud that they went in and made all of this happen. I mean, like I said, it's a lot of work, but it's a story that needs to be out there in public. So again, at the top of the chat, there is a link. This has jumped up to about 5,000 views so far. What you can do too, you can go in, give it clicks, give it plays, and afterwards, I don't want to hurt its playability. What I want to do is drive traffic to it, which I think is happening. So if you all would keep driving traffic to it, I would appreciate that. But let's go over this. Now, again, I skipped the intro with music, and I did that because, like I said, it could be, you never know with freaking YouTube flagging. But she knows the one thing that I think is important at the donor's request, altered their voice. And yes, indeed. Now, off of that too, remember to encourage, when people do this as well, remember, encourage them doing interviews and things like that. This takes a lot of work, man. It takes a lot. So anyway, go leave them a comment. Let's do it.
And who I have on the phone is one of the many who donated to the memorial. Yes, that's right. It is the $1,000 person who donated.
And remembering, as we talk about this, that the $1,000 donor, that this was supposed to be a fourth. And now, 4,000. When I say this, 4,000, we don't know how much was raised. They came back to it repeatedly, saying we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, but they are never transparent in how much they raised. So $4,000 isn't how much they raised. We have no idea. For all we know, they raised $40,000. We have no idea. I mean, again, I'm not saying they raised that, but I'm saying it could be any number out there whatsoever. We have no earthly clue because, again, there is no transparency whatsoever, which is fraudulent as hell. I mean, if they brought up, that's another problem. If they were trying to get 4,000 and they got 8 or 9,000 on it, again, they would put that in their own pockets and they would say, once the memorial is done, we keep the money. That's what they've been doing with everything else. So there is no proof that anything else happened with that. Well, like I said, you got to keep that in mind. It is 25% of the asked for. I can't say asked for. Jerry called it asked for. Lord. I have to take some speech classes soon. Lord. All right, let's continue.
And I would like to thank this person for coming forward and
Indeed.
for telling everybody how they feel, how everything happened. They're just one of many. And I hope that by them coming forward and speaking about this, it will motivate others to come forward as well. And again, I do appreciate you talking to me about this very interesting subject.
Well, thank you, Dee, for having me.
No worries. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk with me. And
now, again, remember, now 2L has come out already and said on top of this, by the way, because they are doxers, and they will probably come out and they'll probably mention who they are. I will not note that when they say it, but off the bat, they note that they talk about the voice. Why is there a voice? The real donor, I can promise you that if it's the real donor, it's not a male. Huh. I thought they didn't know who that was. I thought they didn't know anything about $1,000 donor. I thought that it's really strange. Suddenly they cleared up a lot of that. I don't know who this is or what this is about. They cleared it up real damn fast, didn't they? Which we will look at their comments about this in the aftermath. But they've already been like, oh, that's not. So again, it's a voice changer. Doesn't matter. Male, female, doesn't matter if they sound like Daffy fucking Duck. It's still a person. They give $1,000.
Give me a little bit of insight of where you were at and how it all came to be. I do have some questions if you don't mind me asking them. I know that if anything becomes uncomfortable, you can just tell me, hey, can we skip that and come back to it? And that's not a problem, okay?
Yes.
Okay. How did you first come across 2L's YouTube fundraiser / crowdsourcing?
And Lisa's life came up in my scrolling of YouTube. Because I used to watch GH.
Okay. And did it surprise you that somebody was talking about Jeremy?
Yes. And making out accusations.
Okay. Was there one specific thing that stood out about 2L's story or goal that made you decide to donate to this memorial?
Yes, when she showed that video of JH taking the memorial, it hurt my feelings really bad because of the.
Now, see, I think that right there, I think that is a huge statement, and I think that this is one that court-wise could very well be utilized because the video that they used and they blamed 100% on him is it go look at that sometime. If it who has reposted that? I'm trying to think who's reposted. I need to pull that thing up myself. We need to go over it, but I'm trying to think of somebody that has reposted it in a video right off my head. But what it is, essentially, it's a murky night video of some taillights. It could be anything or anyone. There's no proof of who or what that is. In fact, when they were first talking about it, they were blaming on people all over the place, you know, and they never really had much proof, like I said, in the fact that, yeah, Jeremy Hale's stealing a memorial. Exactly. They say that they have a video. It's a video, like I said, of dark with some taillights doing something. It's like, what in the world is that supposed to be? You know? But it absolutely proves nothing. But what they did is they utilized it with people. She's obviously mentioned in this that they've had a tragedy before. People who've experienced stuff like that, again, you know, they're more susceptible. I think a lot of people were very susceptible to the BS, and it's amazing. It's amazing what it takes to really make people. I hate that. I'm not trying to be mean to them in this either. You know, I feel really bad for people who give this kind of money to these folks, because they, at the end of the day, like a person like this wanted to do a nice thing. And just like any scammer out there, whether they're people telling you to feed money into a Bitcoin machine, or, you know, to go and pick up gift cards and send them to somebody, or to build a better memorial for a memorial that didn't exist in the first place. I mean, let's not get that twisted. We'll look at a picture of that in a minute too. But yeah, they're really susceptible to it. You know, your pain, it makes you irrational. Sometimes you don't think, you just, it's awful.
Trauma that I ensued for the past 5 years, it took me to heart. I felt that what a shame that somebody would desecrate a memorial for a person that had passed away.
And how did that make you feel the way she portrayed it? Her portrayal of it was as if it was a matter of fact, and yes, it was Jeremy. Did you feel that she portrayed it in an accurate manner?
At the time when I was watching the video, she stated that was JH. Now, being a little while, looking back at that video, you couldn't see who it was. It was a dark and desolate road, and all you could see was taillights and a figure. But I took it as true.
Of course, and people, you know, that is a problem, and it's been a problem with 2L and the gang. They've stated all types of things as fact. Like, they took that as fact. I mean, right here, you have a person that said, I was a viewer of Jeremy Hale's. I was looking around online. I saw this. These people, are they impacted? They definitely, tales like this are definite, or definitive, rather. I think definitive is the word I want. Definitive proof that you have business and reputational damage. People are willing to give money to undo the purported damage you did, when in reality, you didn't do shit. But it doesn't matter. You know, like I said, I think that's terrible. It's terrible because shit like this, it happens a lot. But at the level we've seen, I have never seen it to this level. I mean, to say just outright, like 100%, that a dude stole a memorial. Like they said, they used the word desecrate. I think that is a good word there. That they had desecrated something that, when you note that about people, like, that is absolutely damaging. You villainize. No proof whatsoever. And then fundraised on top of it. It's craziness. Anyway, let's continue.
Okay. Was there something specific that appealed to you about her story? I mean, was it just that aspect of it, or was it any one thing in particular?
It was just that somebody took a memorial of somebody that lost somebody else. I didn't know the whole story, but I thought Lisa did. I was only going by her word.
Okay.
This has been a big problem too. There were a lot of people, they're not just, I would hope, people that are having problems now, like people like the ex-mods, for example, maybe they would step back and they would take away the tunnel vision and they would look at everything that's claimed and see what they actually have definitive proof of. You know, 100%. See what's there. Like, really think about it. I mean, again, they've caught plenty of live streams. They also know, again, that things went bad enough that Preston spoke with me to want to put her in jail. So you have on each side of this, here's the problem here. Like, when you think about it, the reason I note that is because you have donors that are noting, hey, this stuff hasn't materialized. And then you have on the other side of it, a person that was supposed to be the recipient of the charity, the fundraisers, these activities that had nothing manifest, you know? They feel that they put out enough. Again, if you're showering them with money, I mean, I'm curious if there's anything at all still there. And it's crazy, man, because you had it on both sides. Again, you have not only the people who gave the money, but the people that were supposed to receive it. Both ends are complaining about this. Law enforcement needs to buck the fuck up and do something about that for real. They need to really investigate this stuff because it's a problem. And when you have people that, again, that are tied to this, that have records, they have been accused. They say, oh, well, I've never had anything. Well, you got somebody in your household that's been accused of some pretty heinous shit when it comes to defrauding folks. So, yeah, I wonder if any of these people knew that, by the way, because it seemed to come as quite the surprise to folks like Only Me, who was given quite a bit of money, didn't realize. They don't. That's the problem. They don't do their homework on both sides. Folks don't. And again, I'm not trying to be a dick in saying this. I'm just saying people aren't careful. They don't think about one side of it. They don't do their homework on the allegation. But also, they don't do their homework on who's making those allegations and who they're giving to. They don't look at them and they don't decide, like, are these people that I really want to do that with?
And did you happen to do any type of research on ThATuMBRELLAgUY before you donated anything?
No, I was under the assumption that if we donated to the memorial, that she would be playing a video of where they placed the memorial, so that would be able to see what I purchased.
Right. And I know that you've sent numerous emails.
Yes, I've sent quite a few asking for at least a photo of the memorial that I helped purchase.
And
see, again, I think this is an important note as well, because this person, they're saying, hey, I have emailed, I have asked about this stuff. Remember, 2L keeps saying that nobody has written, nobody has asked for anything. And we know that's not true. We've seen this publicly when there have been questions. We have seen donors publicly bringing it up, donors publicly saying, hey, what's going on? So we know 100% that that's happening. And on top of it, interestingly enough, they know who this person is. Like, she went and made a post yet again that very definitively states that they know who this is. So they know that somebody has been asking for proof. They know that somebody's had questions. So all the damage control, all the PR and stuff, it's false. Like, when you look at what they say that they've been doing versus what they have been doing there, it is easily refutable. You can see it. in real time. All you got to do is keep up with, and not just a person like this. Again, how many people have we had that have come out complaining about everything from Afghans to money to cards? So I saw in the chat, by the way, I saw a lovely statement by, let me quote it correctly, by the way, too, talking about money here. You know, Dinah's mom stated, I know MP was sent 3 Christmas cards last year, each with $50 bill, and according to her, she never received the card of money. The cards were addressed to her in care of 2L. That's the thing, too. That's yet another aspect of this. When things like Christmas would roll around and people would send cash donations to, quote unquote, try to help out a family, that money was being put in care of. And according to Lynette Preston, she never received any of those funds. Again, that should be enough, whether or not you want to say which one of these people you believe. See, if it were just Lynette versus her, I could see people being like, but she's definitely not the only person complaining about that. There are a lot. Let's continue.
What was the response that you received back?
The response was, the family wants it private.
Okay. And then there was no other communication other than that? I mean, that was like the last communication you had with her?
Yes, that was the last communication I had with her.
Okay. And
so the responses, they keep going to the family wants it private. The problem is with the quote unquote family wants it private is, again, they've been saying that there was going to be something done, something would be set up. They've been saying this for months. You have communication with people asking, and that's not what they said originally. They collected money on the false pretext that a memorial was stolen. They said that it would be set up right where the other was too. Yeah, I mean, I very well remember that because I talked about that and I said how messed up that was, because what they were doing is they were saying they were going to set up a memorial that essentially was to gaslight a neighbor. They kept saying they were going to put where the sticks were, that they kept calling a memorial and kept saying was stolen. They were saying that right there, they were going to replace it. They were going to put it right in the exact same spot. Remember, because I live streamed it, I thought, man, that is petty. That is absolutely a petty response to someone. That is not commemorating or memorializing someone. But they went from that to they were going to set it up close enough where Hales could see it, but could be nothing. They were talking about how they were going to manicure the area, cut the grass and make it look. And they talked about certain people were going to get involved there. Remember it very well, because like I said, I remember thinking how petty that actually, that came across. If it were a relative of mine, I absolutely wouldn't want that in the middle of a shit show. But unfortunately, that's how they raised money. They raised money making that part of a shit show. They raised money not to commemorate somebody, not to pay tribute, but rather they raised money on attacking somebody. Very different thing.
When you gave and everything was being hyped up about this memorial that was going to happen, was there anything that started make you question the true validity of this memorial ever appearing?
Yes. I was under the assumption that Tori would be coming back down to Florida so they could do this video in November. From what I remember, my payment was the last payment for the memorial because it was one chunk. She said that's all we needed.
Okay, so your $1,000.
See, there again, there's no proof of payment. This is a problem for anyone out there, by the way. Number one, they kept bringing up excuses. The excuses would be that, the bench was, remember they told people that it was in transit at one time. First it had gotten lost. Then there was a memorial in transit coming from overseas. Then there was nothing. Then it was the family. Then it was, we've actually got to get Tori back. Tori's going to be part of it. It's just been excuse after excuse after excuse. But I mean, the reality too, like this person just noted, one of the things that I really find sad, I guess, is the fact that they gave money not knowing how much money had been collected. Again, you're told that it pushed it over the hump. And like I said, I'm not trying to go at them in any way. When I say that, I hate it. I hate the way that this comes across. I hate what I'm seeing here, because $1,000 for anybody, and $1,000 is a lot of money. This person, though, $1,000 was a lot more than just a little money. Again, you saw the letter that talked about someone took out a loan to do it. They went and they did something that they probably shouldn't do, but they thought, you know what? I feel compelled to do this. I feel compelled to do good. And sadly, this will be the last time that they ever do something like this. They will never help another person like this online again because of this experience. And many people have gone through this too. Many people, because of these folks, they will never help out another human being online. And they may not ever help another human being, period. Like, it's sad reality. Anyway, let's continue.
Solidified the purchase of that memorial, which has yet to appear.
Yes.
So, and did that make you feel that the wool was pulled over your eyes or anything like that when there was nothing? There was no more updates.
Yes, I feel like I got taken. Because I was under the assumption that I would at least see what I helped purchase.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there was
a promise of that. It wasn't just that they thought that there was a promise of that. I mean, again, they told the world that they would do that. So it's not like they had some idea and they were misinformed about it. This is what they told everyone. Like I said, I don't understand how people can sit over and listen to this stuff over and over again. I mean, if you're listening to the drama and shit, whatever, I know there are a lot of drama watchers, and that's fine, whatever, but I'm talking about the true believers that they see this stuff every day. They see how crazy this is. They see damage control. And they don't ask questions. They're now being told again with the mods. We just read through this thing that if you go to chats, like if you come here, they will ban you. That's what they're saying. You are not welcome in places if you go and you listen to someone else. If you question, not even if you're questioning, but you go to find out, if they see you in a chat, you are freaking bannable. That's madness. That is absolute freaking madness. I mean, they're saying it out freaking loud. You guys are not welcome anymore. And they were bragging about it. They were absolutely bragging about it. They were in another stream today, and they were bragging about how they were going to block people that come up. And it's amazing too. I see quotes. Actually, I'm going to send one while we're doing this. I'm going to send over a screenshot to myself for my phone, because it's someone saying, let me quote them here. This is the kind of people that they end up having there. I've never listened to Tug or Megan, but hearing from 2L and you about what they do to people tells me they're evil people. What? What the fuck? I've never listened. I have no idea other than these folks. But you know what? I'm pure in the little cult of. So, God, what kind of person just takes someone's word on it? Again, I don't want you to take my word on anything. I try my best to present you with everything that I have, and I'll let you look at the overall scope. I do think it's funny that the whole idea that we're presented repeatedly is that no one does any research but the antis. And yet you see what kind of research you get. The best thing you can get with an accusation is a video of taillights. Or you can get a video of a guy driving down the road that is totally misconstrued. Oh, it's so bizarre, man. Anyway, let's continue.
There was nothing. There was nothing. Not even hey guys, I'm going to show you something. So she never even showed a picture, even during her live streams.
No.
So the communication that you had with 2L, all of this communication. So it started when you decided to donate, and the communication continued for how many months later?
I'm pretty sure my last one, the last one I wrote about the money was in February, and then I'm pretty sure the last email that I wrote her was in September, asking for a photo. That's when she wrote back that she was going to do the memorial video, blah, blah, blah. And then she said, well, now the family wants it private because they don't want it all over the internet.
Right. Yep. It's not like it was done.
So you had that there. Listen to that. That is exactly what I've been saying. I'm not going back too far. I just want to note that again.
And she said, well, now the family wants it private because they don't want it all over the internet.
Hey, at first, it's supposedly, and now they don't want it all over the internet. But they were okay, again, when it was a fundraiser. They were absolutely okay with it being all over the internet. When they're sending money, when you're told to send checks in the family's name to somebody, they're okay with that. They were okay with fundraising and accusing somebody without definitive proof. They're okay with that. But they're not okay now. Like it's so gross. They've been put in the position where they do hopefully understand that all that time makes them suspect as well. It makes them look like they may have been on something. And if law enforcement starts looking into it and they find out that doing damage control, that somehow in some way finally they pop up some cheap ass thing, to try to keep themselves out of trouble, or they don't pop up anything because they figure they can get away with it. But they'll dig through. It'll be ugly. It will be ugly.
Right. It's not like it was done for members only, or it was a private.
It's a public matter, and it was all over her live streams.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yes, everybody saw it. Everybody witnessed it happened in real time. Did 2L ever provide regular updates during or after the fundraiser crowdsourcing for anybody who asked? Was there questions asked in live chat, and did she provide updates, or was it just lip service to quiet everybody?
Lips service.
I stopped watching her in July. I couldn't take her BS anymore because I just knew it wasn't going to happen. It was just lip service.
And I just want everybody to know that this donor has been through a lot. So it's now very.
There was a question about the date here. Now, interestingly, though, if you go in and you match that statement up with, give me a second. If you match it up with emails, what they're saying is, I don't watch your stuff, So when they, because they were told, remember in that September one, they were told, is there an issue? Blah, blah, blah. I see you in the chat all the time. And they're like, I'm not in your chat all the time. I stop by to hit the thumbs up, listen for a few, then I'll leave. So even by then, they're like, yo, I'm not listening all the time. So they're not, that statement, the way I took that was that I'm not a listener. You know, I got tired of listening to this by around July. So as far as, you know, certain definitive state, I don't know what they're doing as far as updates, but you do know the one thing they do know with updates is they've been writing, you know, that is a direct communication line. I don't blame anybody for getting tired of all that. And I mean, those people are hard to listen to, man. I think the crazy, like I said, I find currently the insanity at their doorstep very appealing. I do, because again, they have people that, you know, they were, you got to think about the mod folks when what's going on with that. For example, you're not just talking about some randos in the chat. You're talking about people that they streamed with, people that they co-hosted with. These are people coming out now and having real problems, and they're trying to deflect that off. While that's happening, you still have continued questions about money. Now, you notice with all of this stuff, one sec, I got to grab something real fast. I got to fix something real fast. Just give me 1 second. My camera in the back keeps going off. There's a squirrel back there doing something stupid. You can set my camera off again. Give me 1 minute. I gotta turn this camera off. That freaking squirrel, man. All the time. A damnable squirrel. He's sitting out back. He's sitting out back messing around like with my camera again. It's that same squirrel, I bet you. That squirrel is just a loon. It went over. It was messing with the camera. It was mugging it and messing with it, hitting it. I was like, it's trying to knock out my cameras. It's coming for me. Oh, Lord. I had to turn the thing off, though. I had to turn the back camera. I've got cameras that face the backyard, but the one that's ground level, the squirrel's messing with. Because I think it's that same squirrel. That thing is so crazy, man. Oh, anyway, let's continue here. There,
disheartening to hear when somebody feels like they've been played. And I believe this is just my opinion. I believe that everybody was played by the storyline that was being put out there. So I don't know how you feel about it, but that's how I am seeing it. That is my take on it. That is my opinion on it.
Yeah.
So I know that you've been dealing with a lot. I know you've been struggling with this whole thing. And in every emotion that any one person can have, what is the one emotion that you first felt when you felt like you were taken advantage of?
Disappointment in the human race because I trusted someone.
There you go.
I
you know, I mean, again, they took out a loan, dude. They didn't pop up like some of us out there. Like if you donated $1,000 to something, some people could easily do that, you know. And it's like, for example, Only Me didn't seem to be bothered by the fact that ultimately between all of these channels, he had dropped over $200,000 freaking dollars. Like no joke. He didn't even seem to be bothered by that. Which is wild when you think about it. You know, absolutely wild. But some people, you know, dropping $1 is important. And everybody equally is important. You're right there. You know, this person, they were somebody who couldn't afford the disappointment, you know, and I don't think mentally they could afford it either. Again, they're dealing with when you look at their statements, they are dealing with their own tragedy. And this was helping them move towards catharsis. Not just the people they thought they were helping out, but them. You know, they needed this to work out. So they didn't disappoint this person. They betrayed them. And it not only disappoints and I'm sure it angers them, but it potentially sets them back on their journey, toward healing, their journey toward that. That's so sad. It is. I'll rate her real quick. What's up, girl?
What's up? Oh,
Are you getting any of those waters over there?
Yep, I get.
I know, man.
Say what I did?
Yeah, I haven't told them. You want to tell them what you did for her? I asked her for a water, and she is such a big helper. What did you do?
I grabbed all the waters.
She brought down 20 waters.
You
She did. That was a bag with 40, but it was only half full. So you brought 20 because you were so strong. She brought me a whole thing of it. She was like, so you don't need any more. It was kind of funny watching her carry a bag as big as she is. She looked like a little Santa Claus. Yeah. She was like, ho, ho, holy. This is heavy.
Yes. And I was waving at Sticky Boo.
You did good. Yeah, I see you waving at those Snaky Boo. Yeah. I'm down sitting on a log.
We call him Coach Lizard, but I like to call him Sticky Boo.
Yeah. Hey, will you do me a favor? Can you pour water through the top there into his thing?
Like
Without
how much?
spilling? Just you get in the blue thing. Now to go around, just don't spill it all over the place. You can just pour it through the vent. Can you do it? I bet you can. There you go. Oh, a little off there. There you go. Perfect. Look, this Snaky's like, what the what?
It's like raining water for him.
Yep.
It's like rain for him, but water for us.
It's like rain on your wedding day.
I get a little extra if it gets a little bit more dusty than usual.
Okay. All right. If he gets a little more thirsty than usual there. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Hey, go upstairs. Now, give me a hug, though. I need a hug first. Are you going to sleep? Are you resting your leg and you watching some turtle vision? You watching some television?
Yeah, you called it turtle.
I know, it's a joke.
Turtle vision.
Turtle vision. Yep.
And then I'm watching Ninja Turtles.
Oh, you watching Ninja Turtles? I guess it would be turtle vision then.
Yeah, but I'm not watching it.
Okay, well, go have fun for a little bit.
If you only had turtles, that would be you, Dad.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Hey, come here for a second. We'll tell them about one thing real fast. Waddle. Hey, remember when we got the dryer? Remember when we got the dryer the first time?
Yes.
Do you remember what happened to the dryer?
Yes, almost literally caught on fire.
Yeah, it smelled awful, didn't it?
It smelled like a boiling water.
Yeah, it smelled like burning water. Exactly. It smelled like electricity and water, So we had it set up. We were getting ready to run some laundry through it, and then what a mess.
We would want to laundry for it.
Yeah, well, that's what we're trying to do. We're running something through it, and then they try to catch on fire on us. It's just crazy.
Yes, and like, I don't want to be here forever.
Yep, it was like it noped out, and then they brought one, and what happened to this one?
There was a hole in it, like that kind
Yeah,
of
the hole. Yeah, the hole in the cord. Yeah, and it doesn't work, does it?
But look at Sticky Boo. He did so. And
Well,
look at
well,
that
Snaky's-
he made. Look at the hole that he
I know
made.
he's actually made holes all over. It's very. Oh, look at that, man! Do you know how much that is?
$4.99.
No, I see that. Actually, let's take the. It's not $4.99. What's that say? What's a 4 and a 9? Do you remember?
4 makes 40.
A 4 and no, not 40. That's right. And what's the 9? Then what is it together?
49.
There you go. They sent you almost $50. Whoa! They said love you and share that with Sissy. Do something fun.
Ooh,
That's
just ice
amazing.
cream and Cookville.
Oh yeah, Cookville. Yeah.
Yeah, that ice cream money can go with that money, so Sissy can get some.
That's true. That's true. All right. Well, hey, let me finish this up. I gotta
Waddle.
keep going. Okay. Can you waddle that way?
Yes, I'm watering
Okay.
that way.
Unless you want to do some cleaning.
No watering that clean.
You can clean if you'd like.
No,
No.
water it to the not cleaning.
Okay. Well, hey, you go upstairs. Hey, will you close the door real good too?
You said almost cleaning.
Huh?
You almost said cleaning.
No, I said, will you close the door? I didn't say cleaning.
You almost said
I think you got cleaning on your mind. I think you really want to clean.
No, I hear you. You almost said cleaning, bruh.
Bruh? Why are you bruhing me?
Whoever heard that.
You are crazy.
Whoever heard that.
Uh-huh. Hey, you got to go upstairs.
Tag it in the comments on my dad's birthday.
You hear that? Whoever heard it, say it in the comments.
Okay?
You are a menace. Go upstairs.
You are a menace.
You are a menace. You are too
Hey,
funny.
you a menace.
I know I'm a menace. You're a menace too.
I guess I was born with you and my mom.
Yep. But hey,
Waddling.
yeah, waddle up so I can talk about this. I got to do my stuff. All right. Hey, unless you want to clean tomorrow.
No.
All right. Well, you better go.
Why not?
You better go have fun for right now, though. You know, for real. I got to write this down, too. I noticed something. Be careful on the steps. Hey, be careful. Love you. She took off like a rocket. I was like, no, don't fall. All right, let's continue here. But she's so funny, though. She is. That day with the dryer, like I said, that thing tried to catch on fire. It did. Luckily, it shut down. I believe it kicked a breaker is what happened, you know. So that we got pretty lucky with that, because otherwise we'd had a real problem. But anyway,
I can understand that. And it is so sad that a lot more people aren't coming forward. You know, a lot of people have just decided to walk away from it. They've decided to not.
That's a problem too. So this is the thing that really, I commend this person on, but it really pissed me off about like only me, David the donor. David the donor, his actions, he didn't just get scammed for money, which he complained about, but he didn't just note that. He also, on top of that, he allowed other people to get scammed. His silence in this matter allows other people to be taken to. And not only that, in my opinion, his reaction when he tried to bail out his buddy, when we were saying, oh, you know, this guy right here, you know, his friends didn't stick up for him. He came back. He was like, everything was above board. And then he was like, actually, you know, later on, just a couple of weeks later, he was like, nope, never mind. That actually was not true. I never actually had anyone audit things. But when he said that, it allows people to be scammed. And other people, it's the same way. Again, you know, I'm not blaming you for being a victim in something. But when you notice it, when you understand it, the fight over that isn't just your fight in recovering a couple of dollars or whatever. You know, that's not the point. The point is when they didn't materialize these projects, what will they do next? There has been no proof of any, like, again, they did another Christmas thing. Did people get what was given? Who knows? There is no proof that any of this stuff, nobody knows about how much money's given, what's given, who this stuff is supposed to be for. If anything, I mean, it's wild. And it just keeps going and spinning. And at the end of the day, you're talking about people, one of them that is connected. Actually, there are multiple people in the ecosystem that are connected to fraud. People that have blackmailed others. But again, you've got idiots out there that just, they toe that line and they're afraid to even go into someone else's chat because they're afraid they're going to get banned. It's wild, man.
Interact or have any part in it, which is fine. You can do that. But if there was a monetary loss, I feel people should take action.
Yes.
And you've done that. You've taken action, correct?
Attorney generals, IC3 reports, and I've actually made a police report also.
Good.
I know you had mentioned possibly.
So they've gone out and they've walked it forward. Now, again, other people can join in that too. The more voices that are assertive about it. You know, if you have had money that has been stolen from, again, I'm not talking about backing a channel. If you back a channel and decide you don't like them later on, well, I mean, that's your problem, you know. But if you've given money for projects that were stipulated, you know, for other people, like the game they've played, I can't even believe the live streams. What should really piss people off too, those giant live streams where they collected tens of thousands of dollars, they've gone back and stated on that those live streams, even though they were taking donations that whole time, you know, and making it look like it was for that, you had to specifically earmark donations for these people or for this or for that, or it doesn't count. You know, if I did an entire stream about family in need and I had started taking up donations to build something, and that was this whole stream about that, you would assume that when we started talking about donations and everything, you know, especially since they don't have like a link or anything else set up, if you were taking it right through that stream, you would assume everything that's being taken up that day would be about that. All right. And that was the assumption a lot of donors get. And then they're told in the aftermath, no, that's not it. On top of it, you had to clearly mark what supposed thing this was for. That way, if there's leftover money after the fact, they get to pocket it. They get to pretend that all of this is they're different projects, even though sometimes they're for the same people. You know, got 3 things they come in with the same people. Well, gave $50,000 thinking it was for a barn dough. Guess what? You were wrong. Only 18 is part of that. The others, well, they said it's for this or that or the other. Crazy stuff.
Going to YouTube to report this type of fundraising / crowdsourcing fraud?
Yeah, I'm looking into that more. I've got a friend helping me to look into that because I'm not really tech savvy.
Okay. Now, do you feel any sense of personal responsibility or guilt for having donated, or do you believe the blame should be directly, entirely on 2L?
It should be on 2Ls. I also take blame for believing in this fiasco. So yes, I am partly to blame.
I agree with the way they said that. As far as the financial concerns, as far as giving to these people, the fraud portion is not on the people who donate. Again, you know, there are a lot of people out there for whatever reason. They were willing to. They're also, you know, as human beings, we want to think the best and worst. You know, we want to think that people are capable of the worst, and also something's going to redeem. Someone else is going to come in and do the best. But ultimately, you know, with the statements about, again, just talking about this here by itself, people were so willing to believe someone stole a memorial. A couple of freaking sticks, like I said. Wouldn't have been being a no trespass. They set that up specifically because they wanted that headline. It was set up to be that. Like the fact that people now are looking at all of this, I think is good, but you could see it from go if you really think about it. Why would you put up a no trespassing sign and a 2x4 with like a dollar store wreath on it? You put them together and you call that a memorial, and you put it on. You don't put it near where anything transpired, because it didn't happen there. It's not marking a place and memorializing, you know, saying this place is where something happened. No, they put it on contested ground. They wanted a place where they could have a story, where they could say something could feasibly be stolen from there. And personally, I mean, when you look at all of that, I believe that this was a concocted story where you could go in and they could absolutely, they planned to monetize, not to monetize the claim, but to monetize it into something bigger, because they had already seen how big certain things, you know, like the barn dough and all that other shit it got. They figured, hey man, you know, deep pockets, let's go again. And you know what they did? They absolutely did. They went in, they got paid. They made a lot of people look like suckers. I mean, they were right on it. But if you look at it again, if you look at it as an attempt at something potentially fraudulent, it very much looks like that, doesn't it? I mean, it looks like a concocted storyline for profit. And not, like I said, not just clicks profit and some super profit. I'm talking about a much larger profit.
But I didn't steal from anybody.
That's right.
She did.
That's right.
Okay. And has this experience affected your trust in online fundraisers or crowdsourcing platforms in general?
Yes, I don't give to anybody anymore.
Okay.
On YouTube platforms or anywhere.
Okay.
It's sad.
And
You know,
has this
it's sad.
made you feel more cynical? Or
It's sad because, again, there are good things. I'm not just talking about like something that would constantly, like if we do something, fine. But I mean, there are people out there that undeniably do good works. And it's really sad that people have been turned out. Remember this. Okay. Let me just put this into perspective for people real quick. Okay. We'll bring that right back up in just a second, but I want you to really understand what they were saying was stolen too. This is it. This is what this was put in an area that was disputed. This is the memorial in question, the thing that they need $4,000 to replace. You have a no trespassing sign with a reflector on it, 2x4 and some plastic flowers, which again, not crapping on a memorial, again, you put out whatever, but I would say if you're putting this out and calling this part of the memorial, then it tells me that you're trying to cause something. They were hoping that something would happen. And when that didn't materialize, they made it happen anyway. Maybe the plan all along was to say something would happen, because again, it turned into a very good for-profit story. And remember too, on top of that, they turned this in to what their answer was in the aftermath. They decided their quote unquote replacement for that would be a Bigfoot on a stick that is flipping people off. You can see it. There's the head, the arm, the finger. There's better pictures, but that's the replacement for that. So that's not commemorating or memorializing someone. That's drama, dude. But they took those allegations and they turned them into a heavy for-profit stance. So let's continue with the statements here.
Or skeptical about people's stories online or about helping strangers in general?
Yes, more skeptical online.
It's good to be skeptical.
And also it's just people, in general.
You know what? It's good to be skeptical anytime. With anything, I remember when I was proud of you guys for this, by the way. Very proud of you all. When I talked about the first day I mentioned that Lynette Preston had talked to me, I came out with no proof whatsoever. And there was a point in doing that. I wanted the two L's and I wanted them to adopt what they were going to say. I wanted them to deny it. I wanted them to come forward. So then, when they're locked into a narrative, then we can have fun with it, right? But people publicly, or they were like, hey, is there proof that this happened? Do you have anything? Can you show it? And I was proud of people. I was like, you know what? It's good. It's good you asked for it, because you should never take anybody at their word, Now, if there was a reason that couldn't be shown, fine, but I didn't offer any reasons or anything else. I just said it happened. And people, of course, many people understood why that was going to come. There were people that automatically knew what the game was with that, and knew how it would lock in a story with these folks, and then you get to laugh at them because their denials and everything, but because they would think, oh my God, he's not going to show the proof. And I knew when that came up, I knew that Preston would be in damage control, and she'd be denying it to everybody. But it was, like I said, I was proud. People question it. It doesn't matter who it is. You question it, and you see whatever proof that someone has, and then you make up your own mind. Nobody out there should be telling you definitively. Well, now I would say with this this whole scenario we've seen over time, that there should have been enough proof showcased about the people that we've talked about that you can make up a reasonable assumption about these folks easily. Exactly, Travis. Many of these people, jail would be a good place for them, for sure. Let's continue.
How are you supposed to trust people in this world if there's fraudsters out there stating stories, in my opinion, that they can make look real? Okay, can we take a break?
Absolutely. Has any of this that's taken place, has it affected your mood or your sleep or your daily life in any noticeable way, even if it's temporary?
Oh, yes. Yes, I've had sleepless nights over this.
I'm sure.
Because I wanted to give, because I felt like somebody disrespected a memorial, which that happens to be in somebody's opinion. My opinion right now is I think it's all BS. And because she did not produce a photo of something that I helped purchase, I feel like she scammed me.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, have you shared your story publicly? And when I say publicly, have you went on any social media sites or any review sites or forums and put anything out there publicly about your experience?
No, you are the first person that I talked to about this. I am not online bashing anybody or saying anything at all about any of this except for today.
Okay. And how you reached out to me was through another content creator, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So I did not go looking for you, not whatsoever.
No, I seen one of your videos and explaining. I remember the exact video too. It was the one where you were explaining the ads, the revenues and stuff that come off of YouTube, because there for a while Lisa didn't have any commercials in her lives, and then all of a sudden there's 3 or 4 of them popping up within the first 5 minutes of watching.
Okay. All right. Now, have you felt embarrassed?
What was funny
by
actually
this?
about that? What's really funny is they denied. Now, YouTube places ads. Like, despite they put in a lot of ads sometimes too. Which again, if they bother you, you can get a blocker if you want. You can get premium. Actually, buy premium. That way, I support every person that I run across. That. I think that's a good use of money. But YouTube, if you tell them yes, they put in a lot. But I thought it was really funny because they even denied having ads. I didn't put ads on. Yeah, you do. You check a little box that says it's okay to do. Now you can go and you can place your own if you want to. I don't. When it shoves all those in there, I do not place them on my own. But I do tell it, yes, of course. Of course you can try to monetize. Now, many videos do not. It depends on YouTube's mood, I guess. They decide whether it's appropriate or not. And some of the stuff that we talk about, they decide it's not. But I did think that was really funny. Because even when people asked about that, they were like, I don't have anything to do with that. Yes, you do. So funny. Anyway, let's continue.
So when I say that, I mean that in the nicest form. Like, I feel embarrassed that I fell for this. Is how I want you to understand this.
Yes, I do feel very embarrassed. That's why it took me a long time to talk to somebody about it.
Yes, because you're a victim. Here's the thing you need to understand about this. You don't need to be embarrassed about it because you are a victim. People who that's why, again, I'm trying my best not to come across as told you so. Because that's not helpful. Ultimately, too, with anybody out there, that's one thing I should caution folks against as well. I told you so. It doesn't help with these folks. Now, if we're talking about, say, the mods or whomever, I told you so on those. But hey, give me a sec. I got to grab a drink. 1 sec. I just drank that whole freaking water and the little one brought me. I've already drank that whole freaking water. So I need to grab another. I'll go grab a Coke too. I'm half asleep. We had caffeine today at all. I think I'll open one of those too. Give me 1 second and then we'll continue. But yeah, I mean, you need to remember that. Again, you got taken by someone, sure. You know, but there are people out there with long records of taking other people. So it's not like this is the first rodeo for some of the associates in anti-Hales. You have to look at it like you're a victim. And when you speak about it, which, like I said, I'm proud that they spoke up, they're preventing other victims. So, you know, I congratulate them on that.
Wants to admit that they got scammed.
Right.
But it still doesn't make it right.
Going through everything that's happened from the beginning up until today, what is it, the one thing that you wish you could tell other people about donating online to people you don't know?
Do your homework.
Yes.
Investigate these people.
Yeah.
I guess there's ways out there that you can. Be more smart about who you're donating.
Well, here's the thing too. Like, people ask me all the time. Like, I'll have people come to me with GoFundMe's, and some, you know what? I know people go through all kinds of horrible things. So when I say this, I'm not trying to be cold or cruel in any way, but I learned a long time ago that people, even people you think are trustworthy, sometimes they're you don't know them that much. You know, if they're not established, if they haven't been around a long time, there had been somebody that set up a GoFundMe because of I can't remember exactly what it was. Maybe a house fire or something. I can't remember what they claimed. This was a long time ago, though. It was like in 2018 or 2019, you know, when I was growing then. But they claimed all this stuff that had happened, and they had asked for, it wasn't a huge amount of money. It wasn't nominal either. It was a few $1,000s. But when they were fundraising, you know, at first they came across very believable and everything else. But it turned out they were lying. You know, they ended up their whole story fell apart. They ended up being people that had scammed. They would set up stories like that. They would work their way in to trusting people, trusting channels. They would do that kind of stuff, you know, and you got to be careful. I learned that early, thankfully, you know, but the level of this is even worse in its way, because the memorial grift or the barn dough grift, it didn't just claim and raise money. It also victimized other people. He used them as a springboard with accusations to raise money. So, I mean, when they came out, you know, and they're saying this guy stole a memorial, this guy did that, they're damaging him to make this profit. So it's even worse kind of grift there, because they're unsubstantiated allegations. And Lord, I mean, how long will people allow that? Again, you don't have to, like, the thing that gets lost in the shuffle sometimes too is you don't have to like anybody out there. You don't have to like Hales, myself, Megan, whomever. You don't have to like anybody. You can do your own research. You know, you can find me to be a detestable human being and still, like, you know, look at it and like the reasoning behind it and say, well, yeah, these people are shitty people. They're terrible human beings. They are scamming. I think there's enough proof that should make people question by now.
And what you're donating for. Don't get caught up in the moment.
Yeah, in the drama. That's the thing. A lot of people, when the caught up in the moment is a good notation too, because what they did is, again, they utilized this springboard. Let's show him. We're going to destroy him. And they brought nothing. They brought up nothing. again, by now, if the family is actually involved whatsoever, if they have been involved, period, in this stuff, they need to understand what they have gotten themselves involved in. Because they were, like I said, they were very happy with the allegations being out there. We see people associated with that mess in their chats all the time. They were happy enough to go after somebody they didn't like. They were happy enough to let somebody profiteer off their name. You don't get to go in the aftermath and then be like, well, don't want to talk about that anymore. It's not how it works, man. You know what it sounds like is when things got tough there, when people started asking questions, they suddenly didn't want to answer anything. And who knows about the level of, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, the family there, their name was utilized in all of this. You have donors that are bringing up their name and the person that this was supposed to be in the name of. This has become their legacy. That's the grossest thing about this. This has become their legacy because of these people. We are 14 months after the fact. And like I said, if they don't spend thousands of dollars popping up a memorial, if they have something suddenly appear and it's like, again, $149, people will notice. That's the problem too. You know, they were promised thousands of dollars as a memorial. People, again, they bought it. It didn't come out of the family's pocket. It didn't have anything to do with the people that were raising it. It came out of people like this person right here's pocket. And all they asked for was a little bit of proof that the thing existed. They asked for one fucking picture. Again, 14 months after, even if they made it a picture, they need to be investigated for it.
Do you recall when was the last time 2L ever gave a concrete update about how the money was being used?
I don't ever remember her giving an update on how the money was used.
Okay.
Yep.
Did 2L?
There has never been, as far as I'm aware, there has never been a concrete, definitive answer on what the money was used for. They said what they were going to at first. Got ready. What's up, girl?
What's up?
You came flying down the steps. You scared me. You look like a little banshee. Whoa! Like a little ghost, man.
And you.
Yeah, I was like, ah! Oh no!
You might be a big ghost then.
Yeah,
I'm a ghost because you married some.
Yeah, I'm a fat ghost. Yeah. Whoa, why are you smacking my fat belly?
Yeah.
You did.
But that.
Hey, let me finish this.
But what's money?
Yeah, that was already up there. That was up there before. Remember when somebody gave?
Oh, that's my money?
Yeah, that was yours. Mm-hmm. Yeah, remember? Saw it before. You know? 1 second. All right. Hey, love you.
Love you too.
Close the door. I had to ask her something real quick, too. All right, here we go.
Ever share receipts or invoices of any proof of spending money towards the memorial?
No, none.
Never seen any on.
Nothing?
Just the anticipation of a video of where the placing of the memorial was going to be.
Wow. So not even did she ever mention that if anybody wanted to know how the funds were spent was to email her and ask her?
I don't to be honest with you, I don't remember her ever saying that. But I do know that if you emailed her, it was only if she wanted to respond back to you. I've sent her many of emails that she's never answered. So, and now she's got me blocked. So,
and now she's got me blocked. You caught that in there, right, folks? And now she's got me blocked. So this person, what's wild about this? So this person that she said, if you want your money back, called out on the stream, if you want your money back, you tell me. She has them blocked. So that whole song and dance about I will refund that person, I would take that $1,000 out of my pocket, just ask. They can't ask. They're blocked. My God. Oh, oh my God. That's amazing, right? That is. Thank you, Joan. By the way, I'll tell the little one when she pops. She'll love that for a house cleaning. I'll tell her. I'll be like, "Yep, here's some money for a house cleaning." You know, they are good. You know, I'm giving them a hard time too. Like they do stuff. The little one helps me a lot with things. You know, she helps me get laundry and everything else. It's just really funny. Like she hates to clean her room. So that's the whole joke about cleaning, especially is about her room, you know, because she's like, I'm injured. I can't do it. That's why she'll run back and forth down here. And what was really funny when she first did it is she wanted to fake a limp, but she's never done that. You could tell. So she was doing this weird hobbling thing. I was like, that's not a fake limp. And I showed her like a limp is like this, you know, where you try not to put weight on your foot. So I saw her trying to perfect it before she came back to talk to me again. It was really funny. She's a card, man. She's funny though.
On the email, huh?
Yes.
So they're blocked on the email.
And another thing I want.
It's not blocked, to make that very clear. They're not blocked just on a channel. They are blocked through email. So they can't get in touch with them. I mean, that is so crazy to me. Imagine. Oh, reach out if you have any questions. Well, if you ask too many questions, you get blocked again. And she does have, you know, she pretends that these people, she has no obligation to answer them. Remember, they were the people that were supposed to get answers. All the rest of us, supposedly, we weren't entitled to answers, but donors were. But now you're finding out, you saw what kind of answers are given. It's none of your business, essentially. The family, you know, again, it's dictated by her unwillingness to even answer, like, again, a proof of concept. Just give a picture. Nope, can't do that. Again, after 14 months, I wouldn't take a damn picture. I'd be like, you owe me my money back. Fuck you. Not only that, but there needs to be something more. You need to be investigated. I demand my money back. There would be no way after that amount of time for that specific thing. And yeah, I mean, she's already attacked this person. She's already attacked their credibility and their character. You know, they were the greatest person ever, just like Only Me. They're all angels until they question. You know, if you ever ask a question, no, you go from angel to a piece of garbage relatively quickly.
I want to ask, do you ever remember 2L ever directly answering any questions about the funds in her live streams, or did she usually change the subject or accuse the ones asking of being haters?
She accused everybody that disagreed with her of being haters or trolls.
Yep.
So
you know, that's a
you couldn't actually question her about anything, because she would either not look at your question or answer your email if you had a question about something that you gave to.
That is a common tactic, by the way. It's blame shifting, you know? If a person asks them, again, I think Miyagi is the perfect example. Miyagi, again, was loved for her candor, for her forwardness. As long as she was attacking the people that they wanted to attack, you know, and again, I'm using attacked. You know, there's nothing, you want to put up, like I said, you don't have to like anybody. I mean that. If you don't like me and you want to put up videos about me, I don't give a fuck. As long as you're not stealing my content 100% or something. I've never made it a habit of going after channels for that specific thing. Never have, you know. There are plenty of people that don't like me, and that's okay. I don't care. But when Miyagi was doing videos and they wanted her to be their attack dog, as it were, you know, as long as she was okay with that. I'm getting out my video game thing, by the way. If you hear me messing with something, I'm getting out a thing for the kiddo to play with later. But as long as she was in the right lane, doing the things they wanted, it was okay. Then remember the Only Me thing. Attacking Only Me at first was great and profitable until Only Me started sliding back. Then when Only Me, the big donor, they thought they could get more money out of him. They wanted everyone to delete everything they had ever said or done out of the ecosystem and pretend it never existed. But Miyagi didn't like Only Me. Never did. Never made any qualm about it, you know. But suddenly it became a problem. Suddenly, they all started blaming Miyagi for being the only one that ever talked about Only Me, the only one that had ever had a problem. They wanted to go after Only Me and or rather, they wanted to go after Only Me's wallet. So they tried to sink Miyagi in the aftermath, and it was wild to watch. Miyagi was a donor too. Never forget that. Miyagi gave a good amount of money, $1,000 to one thing, picked up banners and other stuff. And now look at how Miyagi's treated. They doxed Miyagi. Like, that's one thing I can say. You know, if you look, you find people that, you know, there are always people like the Fats or somebody that say that, oh my God, those people over there that doxes and stuff. Find instances where I'm doxing people. You know, I have handled a lot of people's information over time. I've always, even if for some reason, like if you've backed something and then you didn't like me in the aftermath, whatever. But these people, they dox, they do awful stuff to folks in the aftermath. And they've been able to get, because they're small. See, their channel, in the scope of things, it's amazing how much money they've managed to grift out of folks at their size. I mean, we're talking about a channel under 4,000 subscribers, but that managed to link into something and pick up well over $100,000 crossing through them. I mean, when you think about that, that is crazy. You know, that is a crazy amount of money there. So the thing, though, they did it. They kept it without, again, without any appropriate fundraising and material, which is its own problem. But it's kept them off the radar for the long time. You know, they've managed to fly below everything. But now they're starting to get noticed, and hopefully it'll change that.
Okay. When you were still watching 2L's live streams, did you ever notice 2L or anybody on panel discussing new purchases?
They've got new computers, new phones. They went out and bought a storage unit. She got all kind of Funko Pops. She was just spending money left and right. And
Exactly.
I mean, I maybe she has a job that she could spend all that, but I know she spent quite a bit.
They were, when they're all, you know, it was really funny when David the donor was talking about his money getting ghosted, and all of a sudden they're all getting brand new materials. They're all getting, you know, new equipment and new phones and all kinds of shit. It just seemed very strange, didn't it? And it's funny to even see that people that were in those chats, you know, in the aftermath, they're like, wait a minute, this isn't good. But yeah, I mean, that's all they do. But jobs to get it? No. Yeah, their job has been getting it. And again, they make some money on their channel. But I'll tell you, like buying a brand new computer or something, I just had to pop out a computer replacement. That shit ain't cheap. You know, we aren't talking about a little bit of money. These are things that are very costly. And they were bragging about all their new stuff, all of this, that, and the other. You notice how the fortunes have changed very quickly, too. You know, they've had their deteriorating. Again, I see people choosing sides over in the ecosystem, attacking the mods there. But some people back the mods. And I kind of like that. I like the fact that, again, every piece of chaos like that they create, they lose. You don't gain from that. The mods couldn't. What's crazy is the mods, the way that they went, wouldn't have hurt them that badly. They could have approached that drama in a different way. They could have said, hey, there's this thing going on. It's unfortunate. I don't want this to affect anybody. We're just going to go our own way, blah, blah, blah. And they could have been the good guy in that, but they didn't want to be. They have to be the nasty freaking person that attacks, and ultimately turns people on them. So bravo. But they do that to donors too. Do it to everyone.
Do you feel that the $1,000 that you donated to the memorial went towards something else other than the memorial?
Yes, I do. After finding out that Gabe likes snow,
Indeed.
Yeah, I think my money went to something else.
Are you comfortable in reporting this to the FTC?
But remember
or
though,
any
all
other
of that stuff. Remember, it's poppy seed. He likes poppy seed muffins, poppy seed bagels. Remember, all of that's fake. It's fake. He likes snow. I mean, snow is expensive, man. That's not a cheap substance to get involved in, by the way. I mean, if people are out there using the old snowfall, like I said, that's a very expensive habit. It is not cheap at all. But there's always an excuse. There's always an excuse. I'm just saddened, like I said, for these people. I feel bad for them. I really do. I feel bad for any of the donors. I realize, again, if anybody, like I said, if you want to have a voice, you can approach. You can talk about it. There are people out there that will talk about this for you, and they will try to help you. They will try to point you in a way that at least you can, report things and talk about it. And I've seen a lot of the people go and commiserate. They'll go over to like channels and discuss this on their own. Now you need to do something about it. You don't need to let it just walk away. Because ultimately, again, it will happen to other people. It has happened to other people. Like, stop it with you, at least.
Agencies is potential fraud?
Yes, I am.
Good.
Okay. Do you think that anybody else may come forward wanting to share what happened to them? Or do you think people might, in general, just lay low in fear of being ridiculed or being made fun of?
Well, I'm sure that 2Ls is going to make fun of this.
Of course.
Which, personally, I don't care. Because I know I'm telling the truth.
Right.
Do you have anything else that you would like to add? Your thoughts?
Not a sad thing, though. They know that if they go forward and they talk about it, that they will be attacked. It won't be a defensive discussion. It will be an offensive. If you ask questions, it'll be a lesson to everyone else out there that is in that ecosystem. That's really what they do a lot. They prove to folks out there, if you open your mouth, if you do this, we also, they shop the idea that you're part of something too, and they kick you out of it. They ostracize you from your so-called friends. I would say this, though. If you think people are your friends and then they get kicked to the curb that easy, they were never your friends to begin with. They were never somebody you could trust on or depend.
Thoughts, any type of final thoughts for anybody who's considering donating money online to anybody who they don't know, or to have a general last thought on all of this?
My general last thought would be to warn everybody about crowdsourcing. Because I know for me,
what
of it was because
what they did too is not crowdsourcing. Like, this is the crazy thing. What they did is an illegitimate fundraiser where, again, there was no setup for fundraising. There was no total. no real idea of what was going to be done. They overpromised, and they certainly underdelivered because they delivered nothing. But I mean, with that, when you talk about crowdsourcing or fundraising, remember, you can do good things with that. But there are legitimate ways that you have to go about it. There are platforms and other ways.
I was going through a lot, and I just wanted to be part of something that meant something. That's why I donated to the memorial and not to the other causes that she crowdsourced funds for. Do your homework. Check out people online. Make sure they're not just giving you some sad story to get a whole bunch of money in their pockets.
So I really want to thank you. I really do. And I wish you all the best in all of this.
There are a lot of people, though, that say things like that. I just wanted to be part of something. I wanted to belong. There are a lot of lonely people out there, and there are a lot of people that hurt. And they want to be recognized as someone that, they want to feel like they contribute to something. And it's sad. It is sad because that is used against them. Like I said, there are a lot of people out there. I realize there are a lot of people, even now, like that are out here. They're lonely, and that it's okay to feel that way. You just, you look at what somebody tries to make you a part of. Again, like here, for example, you come, hang out, have friends, good times, right? Versus, when somebody tells you you can't ask questions or you're going to get kicked to the curb, you can't have friends in other chats, you can't go and talk to other people. That's a frightening concept. When somebody tries to control you, you're fucking adults out there, man. You are adults. And if somebody is telling you that you can't have friends, you're not a 6-year-old. Anybody that wants to control you to that level, you should be asking why. Why is there someone out there that is trying to do this to me?
And I hope that you get some sort of satisfaction out of this.
You too.
And I hope that if nothing else, more people will open up their eyes as to what's going on.
Yeah, and thank you, Dee, for all that you've done.
Yep.
Not a problem.
Letting me speak my opinion and the truth. So thank you.
You're more than welcome.
Yeah,
if at any time you want to come back and say more, because I'm quite sure over time more things are going to pop into your head, more things are going to come to the forefront. If at any time you want to come back, hey, I'm just an email away.
Thank you so much.
You are more than welcome.
Until next time, everyone, this is Dee Spills the Tea.
Oh my God, somebody sent something over. So you know how I use the Game of Thrones throne? The Fats have tried to put that in their thumbnail now. They can't do anything original. Anything at all. I swear to God. These people can't do anything original. What's funny is I kept saying that they were competing for a blue bucket. Now they've shown themselves on the throne. So they're telling you they have won the blue bucket. I told you it was a competition, didn't I? I love it. Now let's see the response that they threw out there. Oh my God. It's how they're just such nasty people. And I'm sure they'll be dumping on this person for days too. I mean, they are under siege though right now, so they're going to be especially gross and nasty, and they're going to be doing all kinds of freaking purity testing, So regarding another dud of a bombshell today, someone told me to watch a spilling of tea, and here was my response. No need. This is not the first time this D person spilled BS. Remember that quilt of lies? I don't watch their nonsense. You don't watch their nonsense, but you seem to know a lot about it, right? You definitely have tried to get people to attack them and more. So, okay. Now, of course, without even looking at this, you know how this is going to go. It's going to go to try to utilize the family as a bludgeon. And 1 second. Hey, kiddo, what are you doing? Why are you sneaking down here behind my chair? Are you trying to scare me? You were creeping right there.
You remember that time?
Yeah, well, I remember this time. You creeped down here. I didn't even hear you.
You remember this time when I was
She creeped down behind my chair.
The last time I did that with a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. Well, here, why don't you do me a favor? Why don't you go upstairs? Let me finish this up, okay, baby? You're supposed to be in bed anyway.
You go get your movie, Chicken Nuggy.
Chicken Nuggy, I'll have to see you later. But you're supposed to be in bed anyway. Remember, are you wanting to go to church? Better go get some rest.
Bye.
Yeah, exactly. You better go. Love you. Love you. All right. Thank you, baby.
Love you, too.
Thank you. Love you. Close my door.
Love you, too.
Okay. She's so funny. She snuck down here to mess with me. So she snuck in behind my chair. And I didn't hear her at first. I was like, oh my God, what was that? Because she tapped my chair. She like pushed on it. I was like, oh crap, what was that? What a nut. All right. So anyway, continuing. Let me wake this back up here. I cut off my freaking monitor. Hold on, really fast. Here we go. However, I was told all about it. Now, I love this kind of stuff. I love the lie there. I don't watch anything. I was just told, from what I understood with the mods, she would tell them to go to download everything other people did and to write up a synopsis of what was there. This is what it takes, apparently, according to the mods out there, for you to be part of this madness. You go, you write up things, and will they watch? Maybe, maybe not. Sometimes they get mad, though. Apparently, she would yell at the mods for telling her that when they write something up, she better look at it because, that they're not responsible. Although you are. Apparently, you are. Again, you guys were... You could be subpoenaed or more. So just remember that. Remember what people they put their money and their channels and everything else on the line for a person that the best case lies about whether they definitely hate these spills the tea. Isn't that interesting? However, I was told all about it. Here's the thing. I know who all donated. No one else does. No one knows who all donated. No, none of you have access to my emails, accounts, or anything to know information being told in any of this BS being spewed from Hale's minions. It's all speculative. This is a person, by the way, that gave money. This isn't D spills the tea talking about it. They gave money. And at the end of the day, we don't know how much money was given. I'm guessing that there was probably well beyond what was there. They just decided, okay, well, now it's $4,000. Because again, if they had a live stream and that's the topic, apparently any super chat in that or anything, they consider theirs unless somebody earmarked it and said definitively that's what it was for. So you don't know. And that's actually not a good thing. They think it is, but it's not. But ask yourself, why the voice changed? Because they don't want somebody like you trying to wreck their fucking lives. They try to protect their identity. But of course, you're going to sick people on them. I mean, that they understand that too, I'm sure. They understand what kind of nasty piece of work they're dealing with, but they try to maintain some type of anonymity. Why do that? Huh? Where's the proof that they donated it? Oh, wait. If there's a real donor, it's not a mail. Why is it a recording and not a live? Because you do things like that. You give somebody the opportunity to change their voice. You also, when you go through, some people, when they do an interview, they are not comfortable on a live stream. Like when I have people on, most of the people that you've gotten to see when we guest, like Tina, for example, great guest, right? Great guest. Was good on the microphone, communicated well, but you don't know that that's going to happen. Some people are not. They're not comfortable. You know, they doesn't go there. For every type with like a Tina that we have, a good one like that, you can have 10 people that aren't. But for whatever reason, if they wanted to talk to you in a phone conversation or something, you got to be like, excuse me, I'm going to get you on this live stream real quick. What the fuck, dude? That's absolutely redonkulous. Where's the proof they donated anything at all? Well, you've just said that they have said they know who people are. They know donors. But, well, like I said, I've shown you an email from them talking about it. So now are you trying to claim that this $1,000 donor, they're not real? Are you going to go that route? Are you really going to try to go that route? You're going to pretend that this person that is talking about it has communication between you and them? That all of that's somehow fake too? Oh, it's all fake. You know, this person tried to get your again. Look at how this goes. Where are the supposed emails? Oh, you saw a few of them, right? Yeah. What was in them? Where's the signed report by authorities? That's not how it works, moron. Signed report by authorities? Are you kidding me? Good God, dude. For people that have utilized police resources and have called in so much frivolous bullshit, have been involved in trying to weaponize Levy County more, you'd think they'd have a little more understanding of how that system works. Oh, my God, dude. What morons. Some bombshell. I have never been asked for proof of anything related to the memorial by a donor at all. That's bullshit. We just showed you that. They talked about it. Can you know? I just showed it. This is a lie, a flagrant lie. And there are other people too. You had, again, you're talking about other shit that has come up too. Again, only me, I guess, doesn't count. Only me gave a lot of money. He asked to know where his money was going. What did he get treated like because of it? Absolute trash. And again, I say that with, again, not liking the guy. I don't have to like him. But, God, what liars, man. If and when authorities ever come to me, they will see the proof and I will file a report on them for making a false report. 14 months, man. 14 months. This is a threat, though. If you go and complain because you've been scammed, then I will file police reports about you and make your life hell. Everyone was told that the family requested to hold off on the memorial, and I did as they requested. They have since asked, and I will absolutely go by what the family wants. They've stated their wishes publicly. They, again, did not give a shit about taking money, about promising, but now they want privacy. What garbage. That is some scammy, fraudulent bullshit. Of course, they weaponize. Leave this family alone. Oh, my God. What a shit show. Oh, these people, man. Always. Just, hell yeah. What a bunch of nuts. Let's live some super chats, man. Emma, thanks for the 2 there. Hope you have a happy table violence-free weekend. Me too. Me too. It's so far, no tables have attacked me. So I'm feeling pretty good so far. You know, I have had some rain foggy days. As you can tell, this is not a terrible one. I've had a few, but today has actually been, as far as some of them, it has been better than others for sure. But I have not been attacked by any tables. So I think I'm in a good place when no tables are trying to take me down, you know? Give me a second. Set my redirects today too before I start. There we go. But thank you for that. Max Lab, thank you for the super chat too, my friend. Appreciate you. Thank you. Barb, thanks for the 2. Hello, Tuck. Love the new song. Thank you. I thought that song was good. I'll probably do it as an outro too. I'll probably play it a few days. You know, the videos are better, but unfortunately, I found a site that will make videos that you can get about 4 to 5 videos for about $20 a month. Now, the good thing about it, that may not sound great, right? They're about $5, but what you get out of that video, I got about 55 pieces of video that come together, and I can collect those. So I say within a few months, I will have enough materials to be able to make all my own easily. You know, you can go out and piecemeal a video together, but I think that looks better, you know, doing it like that right now. But I'll probably do it for a couple of months. There's what is that site, by the way? You can check it out if you want to. It's called Freebeat AI. They will give you like a 10-second free piece. I guess you could go in, but if you want to set up, again, they don't make the songs, so you got to make your own songs. So when you put everything together, you're probably talking about $8 or $9 a song, which is, it's not cheap, but we run a show. You know, if you did like one a week, it's not really bad. You can pop them off for, you know, if you're having fun with the show, we can afford $10 on a fun thing, plus all the time that goes into it and everything else. You know, it's not like it just materializes easy. But I'm glad people liked it. I enjoy it too. I like making them. I like that new one. I like that beat. You know, I like the way it came together. It has good replayability. So I liked that. Andre, thanks for the 2. Bugs Candy Money, thank you. Also, here, I'm going to go through everybody quickly, all right, that I've already covered, but I still want to give you props there. Emmy, thank you again. Appreciate that. Yeah, she came to clean for sure. Fallen Hero, thank you again for your gifted membership there. Here's your daddy for the new legs. I thought those were too. She was so funny about those. For the cleaning lady, thank you, Jack's mom. Fallen Hero again, thank you for that super sticker there too. I'll have to clip it and show her that one again. She just loves super stickers. Those things are so funny. And she got the pancake joke. She loves telling like dancing waffle jokes. She calls them dancing waffles. And the reason they're called dancing waffles, if you go to the store and you look at the boxes of waffles, certain brands will have all the waffle. They'll have them like animated, you know, they're anthropomorphic, I think is the right word. You know, they have human-like characteristics. They have arms, legs, they're smiling and dancing around. And that's what, when she was little, she wouldn't want anything but the dancing waffles. She was like, I want to dance. I'm like, they don't dance in real life. But she liked that box. So, you know, we had to get dancing waffles. And that's where that comes from. Oh, he's Daddy. Thank you again, my friend. Eshad, thank you too. She liked those dogs. She loved them. They were cute. Martin, thank you for the parrot there. That's awesome too. When we've been going to the pet stores, we see a lot of different birds they have over this one place. And behind the register, they have a parrot, and the parrot will talk sometimes, you know. It'll say things that's pretty funny. So she's been learning about birds. That's pretty funny. Emma, thank you for the super sticker again. Thank you for super stickers. Like I said, you appreciate. I like them myself too. I think they're cool and fun. Rachel, thank you also for a super sticker there. That is much appreciated too. Like I said, I'll go back afterwards, clip them, show them to her. See you. Yes, again, you know, they start offering you Kool-Aid. You better watch yourselves. Jack's mom, thanks for the. Felicia is gone from projector. For protector rather than to rejector. Yes, that's correct. That is correct. You know, it's amazing to me to watch the cycle that the ecosystem goes through. They eat their own. And I'm not talking, you know, something you'll notice with like if you're the figurehead of something, which they're the figurehead of an anti-Hales movement. They ostracize a lot of people. You know, they turn on a lot of people, and they ask for a lot of purity testing, a lot of it. So, you know, at the end of the day, when you join up with something, you know, you want to be part of it. Like the donor said, I wanted to feel like I was part of something. You know, you learn real quick that that's contingent on their moods. Like it's so mood driven, and they'll turn on you for nothing, man. Nothing. You have an opinion, you ask them for an update on a memorial, anything. God, you say you like somebody, you go to the wrong chat. That would piss me off. If somebody told me I can't go to another chat, I'd tell you, you know, F yourself. I'll go wherever I want to online. I do whatever I want to. I don't take to someone pretending they're an authority figure. They have some kind of call over me. Rhea Ryan, I like that. The song "The Wind Beneath My Chicken Wings." I love it. I never thought the cult thing would go so fast, so bad, so fast. You know, I mean, did you think it would go that bad so fast? I saw somebody too. So in the chat, somebody noted, I didn't see it when it came up, but there was another person, and you can write me over this, by the way, if we've never talked, but there were actually a couple of people that noted, hey, she took from me too. Huh. Now, if we've never talked about it, even if we have, remind me, you know, remind me about it. Because again, you should not be forgotten in all of that. If you gave, I'm not talking about a super chat either. You know, if you super chat a place and then you decide, hey, I hate those people. I mean, unfortunately, you know, that is what it is. But if you've given money to projects, let me know. Like I said, you know, especially if you have emails where you've tried to communicate to these people, you've tried to note, hey, I want an update or anything, hit me up. You know, I really think, like I said, they've been playing this game, and they've been playing a nasty game. They've been trying to ruin people for a long time, and it needs to end. William, thanks for the 5. What Lisa doesn't know is it was a cricket changing her comments. I know, man. That cricket. Oh God, how dare it? They felt betrayed by our constant bogarting of chicken skins. That freaking little traitor. That's funny. I like it. Green Veggie, thanks for the 5. Somebody's burning bridges. Unfortunately, she hasn't figured out that you're supposed to get off the bridge first. That's very true. That is a good notation. When you burn bridges, you have to ask yourself a question. Again, is it worth it? I said there are channels out there. You'd be surprised. Like if I'm doing what I'm doing properly. If I don't like somebody, you should be surprised, like with some people out there that I don't like. You'd be like, oh, I thought that person liked that, because that's me, you know. And I'm not talking about anybody. I got a Raider. Hey, what are you doing?
Calm me down.
Hey, come here. By the way, hey, you had one other super chat I need to remember. Let me fire that. I'm putting it to sleep here. Let me bring this up. Look, you had Joan gave you $20, and that said that's for you and for Sissy for house cleaning.
No one said house cleaning anymore.
That's what nobody say house cleaning anymore. Why not?
Because that's not. We
why.
don't like house cleaning.
House cleaning's good though. You don't want to live in a dirty, nasty house, do you?
No, but
you don't live in a dumpster, do you?
You live in a dumpster sometimes.
You go get in it.
You live in a dumpster sometimes.
No, that'd be gross. It would be gross, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But that's why we clean, right? We're just talking about getting your room clean and stuff too, aren't we?
Yes, just my room.
Yeah.
It's nothing though, like too important, right?
Well, I mean, your room's important, but we're not. I mean, you keep a pretty clean room. It's just a little messy right now, right?
Yeah.
It's a little lived in. I get it.
Yeah, but
That's okay.
I like that Nintendo Switch you have. You remember what?
This is not Nintendo Switch.
I mean, what was it called?
Yeah, this is the thing that plays other online games. I gotta get it all charged back up, you know? It plays other games.
You remember when you said I was good, I would have
Oh, you want to play this game?
Hey.
That's why I was charging it, so you could play with it.
Yeah.
That's why I was charging it.
It literally just fell out.
Yeah, that fell. But this is why I was charging it, you know?
I'm just trying to see.
You didn't know that? You didn't know that was why I was charging it?
No, because you have a look.
I got to get it set up for you, okay?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why I was charging it, though. I was, like I said, I was setting it up so you could play it.
Yeah.
I thought, man, that nice big girl would probably like to play this game, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
It has a bunch of games in one. Like,
yeah.
Because you know when you have a bunch of games in one,
mm-hmm.
and then you finally realize that you have a bunch of games in one when you're just looking for them.
Yep, that's true. All right, well, hey, go upstairs for a little bit. I'll set this up anyway, okay?
Okay.
So I got to get it set up, and then when I set it up, you can play with it, okay? But you got to be real careful with this thing, all right?
I will be really careful. You know what I do? I just do this. You see?
Yeah, they don't do that.
I was just telling you how to do it.
I know, but I got to get it set up first, remember?
Yeah.
All right. Well, go upstairs. Let me finish my thing, okay? And then I'll set it up for you. You can play with it, okay?
Okay, when you're done with your live stream, tell me.
Oh.
Just come to my room.
Well, you can come back in about 10 minutes if you want, you know? Yep. Yep.
Yeah, because I
You can make about 10 minutes. Do what?
It's my first time going to play this, and it's my first time being shy, right, Dad?
That's right, Dad.
2 in 1 day.
Yep, 2 in 1 day. All right, we'll go upstairs, though, okay?
Go to my room.
Yes, ma'am.
Because my leg is hardened, but I'm trying to do it this one if my leg is going to feel better tomorrow.
Okay. Well, we'll look at your leg, and we'll see, you know. Maybe we won't have to replace it.
Bruh.
I know, bro.
You know what has to fix my leg?
All right, well, hey, you better go upstairs, or I'm not going to charge this up for you.
Yeah, I'll just talk.
Okay. I've got one of those so for Christmas 2 years ago, I got a handheld player for like a Steam player. It cost $200 and something. Somebody bought it for me, you know, and I've got I play a little bit, but I haven't played anything in a while. I'm looking for next month. New Resident Evil comes out. I'm looking forward to that. Mm-hmm. Resident Evil Requiem is supposed to come out in February 27th. God, I want to play that so bad. I'm sorry, by the way, I missed your super sticker there. I'll clip and show Aussie Wombat, but thank you there. She was all over everything. So I was trying to you know, do crowd control and everything else. Christine, thanks, dude. Did you see Lip's latest threatening rant? Well, no, I haven't actually. I haven't watched. You know, I took a moment away from all the Lip's craziness, and I was just like, she's not funny. She's not fun. You know, it just after a while. Like it's just the same thing. It's threats and more threats and more threats, and it's attempted reputational damage. You know, blaming people for whatever random weirdness that she thinks they're doing to her today. I mean, it's so mentally unhinged. You never know what's going to come up next. But and some days it's entertaining. But for me, I had to take a break from her for a minute. I just thought, man, she's just so out there in the weeds, you know, but I haven't even watched it yet. William, thanks for the $5 there. The Winter family legal is extremely city. Yeah. The YouTuber do not feel they would spend the money wisely and refuse to turn it over. Yes, that's the problem. You can't do that. You are not their guardian. See, Lynette Preston is not under a guardianship, period. That is her money. All of it, by the way. When people gave all that money, like the $56,000, all of that's her money. They gave it to her. So for them to play this game of, even if they would have gone in and finished a barn door or put the framing up or everything, there was a lot of money. And I bet that there's a lot more money that was given to them than people realize. I mean, it's absurd to think about. So yeah, I think you're very right in that, you know? Rob, thanks for the 5. What is changing? First thing else does next live or Facebook is docs the guy in the interview. It's quite possible. It's a female, by the way. They already put that out there. That's female. They made sure to put that out there. So they said that right away, which is funny, by the way, too. How make something make sense to me. Okay. Make something make sense to me. They said that no one knows who the donors are. They don't know this or that. They don't know anything. If it's a real donor, it's not a male. Well, first of all, how did you talk to them on the phone? There are people. Are you sure that the person like that, even if it weren't, again, it's a voice changer, so they can be anything. But I'm just curious. I'm curious how many people out there. This is 2026. I have friends with all types of identifications. So I know I do not want to put anybody like under when I say this, but there's some people that like run channels, for example, that again, their identity you couldn't determine by voice alone. They can identify whatever as they want. They're adults, but the point in this too is how did they know? Just because and unless they've had phone conversations anyway, what if they sounded just like that? They don't. It's a voice changer. But again, isn't that a weird thing? They talked about Hale's. They tried to weaponize things like that, calling him a bigot and all this other stuff. Man, what happened? Nana, thank you too. I had to note that to her as well. Money for her to hire a cleaner. Thank you. You know what? I don't want to tell her. She's probably been enough to hire a cleaner. Emma, thanks for the 2. He's a spy squirrel. He wants to be a thug. I think that squirrel sometimes just gives me a hard time. I think he's just a little jerk. I do like him though. If anybody tried to hurt him, I'd be very mad. It would be. Tug, I spend $40 a day for 369 days for fuel for a generator, and not once did anyone help me with money, and that was not a scam. No, indeed. I mean, we all go through stuff, and if we need help, and we ask for help, we need an answer. I mean, and props to you for getting through whatever was going on with yourself as well, Dan. Like I said, appreciate you, brother. And there have been a lot. There are a lot of scammers out there, but you know what? There are a lot of people that need. There are people that ask for. There are people that don't. If I see, one of the things I try to make definitively clear, I talk about my life online. I talk about a lot of it, and if I need something, I discuss it. But I say, hey, I need like blah 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 help with this. But typically I try to make it clear, like most things we talk about are just discussion points, like I don't need somebody to help me replace a washer that is already being replaced, or a dryer rather, that's already being replaced right now, or something. I've been fortunate in life. Right now, I'm fortunate to have you guys to get to do this. That is a blessing. But yeah, there are people out there like them. I mean, they're trying to, they were trying to get a new car. Until all this stuff happened, they were moving toward asking. They were asking for, by a certain amount of time, down payment for a vehicle. They were asking for yet another thing out of donors when they kept God knows how much money. I mean, good Lord. I'd love to have $120,000 just magically appear, but unfortunately that did have strings. It was somebody else's, so it didn't magically appear either. Janice, hey, thank you, by the way. Saw that before, but I do want to thank you. That's awesome. The kids, I'll probably take them to Cookeville pretty soon. I need to take them back for ice cream. If you ever go to Tennessee, if you are ever near Cookeville, Tennessee, they have a place called the Creamery. It is the best homemade ice cream ever. I hear you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it? That place in Cookville has the best ice cream, doesn't it?
Yes, and it has my orange sherbet.
Yeah, I like their Mexican chocolate. That's so good. Oh Lord, it's good.
I like the orange sherbet.
I wish I thought about going over there and carrying a cooler down there
sherbet,
so I can bring it home.
sherbet. You know what I mean?
Yep. Hey, you better go upstairs. I'm charging this thing up.
Yeah.
Unless you don't want to play with it.
I just wondering what you like.
I mean, if you don't want to play with it, that's okay.
I do.
You do not? Okay. Is there a raging piggy I hear?
That's me.
You're a raging piggy? Oh, you're not a piggy? Okay. All right.
But I want to play with it. But I was just seeing what you were doing.
I'm just messing with you. Yeah, you got to go upstairs for a few minutes, though. It'll be charged up in a few minutes. She's so funny. She goes, when she does, she sounds like when she gets mad, she makes this little squelchy sound. And she also does it when she's fake mad. I call it her raging piggy. She's like, go that my raging piggy. Hey, Cynic, thanks for the 2. D spills the tea. Dripping lippy spills the pee. Gross. Gross. Yuck. Hey, Dan, thanks for the 5 there as well. I tried to get help from FEMA for the cost of fuel tonight. That's nuts, man. FEMA didn't well, I'm not surprised, but that's crazy, my friend. That is. That's crazy. Travis, thanks for 2. Yeah, these people need to be jailed. Yeah. There's they have done some awful stuff. Awful. I love how they play the victim. Even people who don't think, like I said, they don't like Jeremy. Okay. They don't like myself or whomever. Okay. Like, how far do you drill down into that? Like when they started in the ecosystem. So now you have to hate Lynette, right? You have to hate her. You have to hate other people that have fallen out. You have to hate the mods now. It's wild. It's wild how far you have to go in. You have to hate all these donors. It's weird. Like being asked to hate Lynette Preston, like that is one of the weirdest. You knew it happened eventually, but I figured it would take a little bit longer. Jack's mom, thank you for the gifted membership. Thank you, Jack's mom. I appreciate you, and I very much appreciate you. Joe, thank you for that 20 there. I just pointed it out to her there. Thank you again. Vida, thanks for the 5 months there. Don't forget that Jeremy tried to help that same family with their teeth because they were damaged by OC water. He was willing to fly his dentist in. And he's tried to help this community, period. The ugly thing is, again, that dude could have done more for their community. And look what's happened. Now, unfortunately, the community itself is penalized. You have these people, these are outsiders, by the way. Most of these people that have gotten involved, they are outsiders that have pushed their way in. They've had a little bit of a handhold because of some freaking some drama persons. They think that they're they're from the area, therefore they want outsiders out. And look at all the people that this hurts. I mean, ultimately, look at all the people damaged from this. It's nuts, isn't it? Wanda, thanks for the 2. Oh, check money. Oh, let me look. 1 second there. 1 moment. Oh, hey, thank you. I see that. Cash App. I sent 15. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. Tell Bug and Lug. I will for sure. I'll tell them that. And I hope you're all right. I'm doing better. Like I said, my one problem has been this brain fog of a mess has been so overwhelming some days. But other things have been, they've been better. I'm experimenting right now with that Flutacort that I take. I'm experimenting with salt and other like supplement additions. You know, the doctors that added it in, you know, they want to cut out the major problems. They don't care about the minor problems. So I'm trying to, they consider, you know, brain fog a minor problem. I'm like, it's not when it's disruptive to your life, but hey, whatever. I'm trying to figure out some of the stuff that'll help with it. And I've been finding things, you know, I've been finding like, I added a V8 in the morning because it messes with my salt intake, you know, for my body. So drinking something, an electrolyte or a V8 or something like that helps, you know, and things like that. I mean, there are odds and ends. I've been figuring it out as I go, but I thank you. Appreciate it. Travis, thanks for the 5 there. And my MC days, snowball fights were every night. I've had issues with that and had been clean for a long time. Never had to pay for it. Just a gross habit. Dude, I've had substance. I've talked about it publicly. I mean, in the past, like I before my kids were born, I was a substance user. I mean, you know, I cleaned up my life because I figured my kids need a better life. You know, they need a good life. They need a real start. So make sure my life is clean. But man, I partied, did all kinds of crazy stuff. You know, that's why I say I don't judge a person because of substance abuse or use. You know, when we talk about those people, I'm not discussing their drug use as a, oh God, you know, because again, that's beyond hypocritical. What I'm discussing it for is you've got people that are participating in habits, you know, that are drug testing, not clean for something. That's not a cheap habit. And you have a lot of money disappearing at the same time. So yeah, I mean, that's a weird little coinky dink, isn't it? It's a crazy expensive habit. D spills the tea. Thanks for the tea. Thank you, Tunk. I hope others come forward. Hey, thank you. You know what? D spills the tea did a great job with this. Like I said, there is a link at the top of the description. I'm going to look at your numbers. I haven't looked at them. Let me check. I need to look real quick. Yeah, so you got about good. You got about 6,500 views so far on that. That's really good. I'm glad. And you're about 700 subscribers off of 7,000. Man, you moved along good too. You do good work though, D. I'm proud of your work. I think you do a really good job. I think as we go further and further into our interviewing habits too, we find certain things that work and don't work. I thought you did a good job. Actually, I think you did a good job refining, concealing identity. You know, that's not the easiest thing. People think all that stuff is easy. You know, remember, we're oftentimes working on our own, trying to do a lot of this stuff, setting it up. And again, proud of what you did there. You did a great job. Okay. Thanks for the 2. They still haven't shown anything for Christmas. I know, that's crazy, isn't it? So you're talking about yet another fundraiser where they promise that there will be some kind of definitive proof out there. You know, they promise videos, they promise this or that, and people don't really realize who they're giving to either. Like with family, what does that mean when you're giving to a family? And are these people that are you giving to like their families? Are you giving to people like their friends? Is that who you're propping up? Like, how far away is this moving? Are you just giving them better Christmases? I mean, what's happening? And if people want to do that, that's fine too. But that should be something that's laid out there for everybody to know. Aussie Wombat dropped that super sticker, by the way. Thank you, Aussie Wombat. That's awesome. Like I said, I'll have to show her. She'll enjoy that too, man. I didn't see it right when she was there, but I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you. And Pink Rose, hey, thank you. 4 months there. I love your show. Love the kiddos. Well, thank you. Yeah, they're funny. The little one is just such a character. She is such a little nut. I love it. I like giving over there. We met, you can tell, like we cut up on each other a lot. You can tell from her like little sense of humor and stuff that she's definitely been around Dad a lot. So which is good. But it's funny. She's a good kid. The big kid. All right. I think I got everything. Now, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to push everybody toward Yellow Flash's channel. Now, again, every Saturday I do this. If you get offended easy, do not go over there. I'm just going to tell you now. If however you want to go and argue with people and have fun and laugh at stupid stuff too, talk about social and or political issues, you go over and have a good time, you know. Good people over there too, whether you agree or disagree with them, you know. But you can cut loose and like I said, have fun. I've known Yellow Flash for years, since I started. I like the guy. He's a good guy. When the chips are down, good people have my back, you know. So, again, like I'm sending you over there. But appreciate you folks. Going to end here. I'll probably be on tomorrow. I'm planning to. I'm not sure what time. It'll be 3 or 4 my time, which is 3 or 4 hours early. I'm not sure. But we'll see when we get there. Appreciate you. See you.